What's up, everybody? Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I am never here this early in the morning. So, what is up? What's up, Heidi? What's up, Sassy? What's up, Pippi? Lisa? What is going on? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Um, we're going to talk about Jenny, but we're also going to talk about that nutcase Jen. Um, not quite sure. Um, not quite sure as to why Heidi and I keep getting brought up. Um, and the lie she told, we're going to let the room load a little. What's up, Miss Liability? What up, Sweet Potato? How are you? I see Jenna's live now. Um, I went early so we can fit this all in today. I seen, let me drop that link. Let's drop that link. But I think last night really shows and really proves to what all Jules was busy doing during her 30-day break. She was plotting behind the scenes and plotting her revenge on folks. Um, and Jen, I'm sorry, what up, Hank? Jen, you are just getting used and abused over there, but you're okay with it, so you deserve every bit that you get. Um, that foolishness last night, that was nothing but theatrics. That's exactly all that was. Uh, but don't worry, sis. We got you. Did I drop the link? Okay, the link is there if anybody wants to come up. We're going to drag this hoe real quick. And I'm also going to show the proof. Wait a minute. Okay, I was responding to Amanda. She had left a message. Let's get going. Jen needs to leave people's names out of their mouths. Out of her mouth. She's working on my last nerves. That's why I posted my Saturday. Yeah. And then what's up, Stacy? And then when she said we were trying to help her with that RO and all that, she lied. And that's why good morning, Heidi. That's why
Good morning. You
that's
knew I was coming for this. You
why
knew it.
you knew I knew it. I was going to do it last night, but I was not home by myself. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go to sleep. And yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
shut.
I listened to it this morning. I got in late and I haven't been asleep yet, George. And it was like two something. Then Ann came on. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to wait because if I went live at that time, I think I just would have just lost it completely. Because
Yeah.
she steady throws my name out there. Only thing I've asked her is not to throw my name out there. Then she's putting out there, George, that you gave me a picture. And I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? Then I hear Ann said she sent pictures to her.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you see? And I knew when Jen sent me that picture, I knew she was going to try to set me up with that later
Set
on.
you up.
Yeah,
Yep.
I knew exactly what she was doing with that. And I'm going to show the text messages too. Um, and I'm going to show them for the simple fact. Heidi.
Yeah, I joined from my laptop. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I was like, let me throw up a overlay real quick.
No, I joined from my laptop. I'm here.
I want to put up that copy of the police, not the police report, but that restraining order when I find it, I'll put it up. But let me start playing this. But last night, it was just nothing but lies. And like I said, this is just Jules puppeteering her stupid ass to do it. But she's the one doing it.
But George, I didn't even know that she had received an RO on Jules. She never told me that.
No. And even I forgot about it until she started showing my DMs. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just show her DMs too. Two can play that game. I forgot about it. And then I saw it in there. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. So that's when I was like, well, let me show this. And Jules has done a live before where Jen said that she was going down there to file on her. But Jules kept saying, I never received anything, and I don't see it on the Claremont County Clerk of Court's websites.
The same thing she said about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's jump into this one. I'm going to look for that picture.
I told her the same thing, Lisa Wigger, the same thing, to stop engaging. And I told her I would,
Yep. And
not knowing that she had already had a temporary restraining order.
Yep. And when she sent me that, she had called me. And I told her, well, you need to start privating your videos now. And then she was like, oh, but I can't make money if I private them all. And right then I knew, okay, this is just games. You're just wasting time. And Jen never followed up with any of this. So I'm not understanding how any of this became our fault or our problem, which, I mean, it's not, but hey, do you, Jen? Do you? Okay, here we go. Here's this. And let
I don't
me
hear anything.
Oh, I'm just putting up a picture real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so here's that, right? Look at the date on that, April 24th,
Yeah.
2025, right? The
Yeah.
same way she likes to sit here and say, well, you modded for me, you modded for me. Jen, if I was trying to push you to do this and you and I fell out because you didn't go all the way through with this, why were you still one of my mods? The same way
Yeah.
you like to throw that mod shit up in people's face, you were still a mod on my channel at that time.
I think I was modding for her at the time too. And I need to ask Dorit. Well, I can look at my phone to see when Dorit asked me if she can call me on three-way with Jen. So yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So how is it that we had fell out about this? And then she was saying something like, Jules wasn't harassing me. Jules wasn't attacking me at them. But wasn't it literally just a couple months ago that she called the police on Jules?
Yes.
Yeah. So her stupid ass over there, she forgot about all that. So your story once again is falling apart. You're changing the story as it goes on. And when I posted this on my community tab the other day, I know you ended your live to talk to Jules so y'all could put up another story together. And Jules, we see you too, baby girl. You're not invincible over here, okay? You either, Genevra. We know your name is all up and through this shit. And yesterday when I was playing KK's live, there was something that I just forgot to mention. I don't understand that $10 part, right?
Mhm.
But we're going to get into that too, okay? When I show these DMs, we're going to show they were setting you up, KK. That's all they were doing, was trying to set you up. But we're going to get into
'Cause I
this.
didn't understand that either, especially with the fact that we know, and anybody that has watched, Missy Tessa had already had that intake video because
Mhm.
she played it, and I never forget because Maria was on panel with her.
Mhm. Jules also had the intake video. Jules had it. I believe she has it on her Rumble. So they were just trying to set KK up. That's all that they were trying to do. And this is that
Okay.
nut last night. You hear any of this?
I heard it this morning when I listened to KK's this morning. George, I got so mad. That's when I sent you that message.
Yeah. I was like, let me move this live up.
Yeah, because it was like what 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I'm like, I want to drag this video.
Good morning, Kendra. Good morning, Dreamsicle. Good morning, everybody coming in. Pull up a seat, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. We are going to be here a while this morning. Let me turn it off.
Oh God.
I know, right? And then I see now, like every time somebody goes live, Jen is rushing to go live. If you guys haven't peeped that one yet, take note of that.
Yeah, but I heard her say she was going to take a week off. I'm like, yeah, right. I said she'll be back. And I thought it was going to be like 2 hours later, but I was in Jamie's and I heard them saying or saw them saying that she's live now. I'm like, oh God, what a long week.
And like I said, like I get Jen wanting to fight back with them, but the way she's going about it is just fucking ridiculous.
She's fighting back with lies, George.
Yeah.
You never win with lies.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, you're fighting back for Jules with these lies. That's the
Oh,
crazy.
did you hear? She called her honey. Did you not hear that?
No.
She called Jules honey.
Wow.
Jules honey. I was out last night too, Lisa. I still haven't gotten any sleep yet.
Yeah, I was out last night. Like we went out last night, and we had just got to our dinner reservation at the 24-hour McDonald's, you know, and my phone is blowing up.
The McDonald's.
The McDonald's.
Well, I like their, I'd like the culinary crispy chicken if I go to the McDonald's.
I haven't had McDonald's in years. I cannot stand McDonald's.
Every once in a while, George, I will break down. I want that crispy chicken because we don't have a Popeyes here. So I go and get the little small one, that's $1.29, just to quench that urge, that spicy, what is it, hot spicy chicken, whatever it is. Yeah, and that's all I want, and I'm good.
Yeah.
The McDonald's, okay.
Oh shit. Oh boy, did you watch my live yesterday?
Yes, I rewatched. Come on, George.
I got CC Truck good yesterday, didn't
I'm still confused because I went back and I listened. Okay, the way Jules made it sound was that he drove by Jen's house. What I saw him write in the chat was he was on 75. So how could the two, did he say it to taunt her or was Jules trying to taunt her? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe, because he also said, oh, I was in the neighborhood. I have a friend that lives in the neighborhood, something like that. But
okay, well, I was there. I was there for a wedding, and I said I was going to be there. So okay, but and I know the Dollar Trees in the area with the Dollar Generals, and there's a Dollar Tree and the Kroger.
yeah.
But I didn't drive by her house.
And see, my issue with all this is, CC Truck, you're new to this community, right? Like, you don't even know us, but yet you are attacking us for other people. And he used to leave me comments all the time, not realizing what was really going on. So when I flipped it back on his ass, he would always quickly delete his comment and run along until the next time one of his handlers would tell him to come up and leave me something stupid. That's always been my issue with some of these people. Sit back, get to know people, get to know both sides, try to figure out who's the one who's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's what I always say too. Stop taking on other people's battles without realizing, there's always two sides with three sides. Figure it out for yourself because you're going to hear the contradictions over and over again when certain people talk.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And yeah. And I think like a lot of this stuff that's going on this weekend, it's really showing how much Geneva is involved and how much she is the one pulling this information and giving it to Jen to throw up in y'all's faces. And I really am glad KK pointed that out about Geneva. So So let me get into this, and
Okay.
we're gonna touch on
Oh,
Geneva.
I don't like Chick-fil-A at all. I don't like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I don't like Chick-fil-A either. I just
Mm-mm.
it's not even about the LGBT stuff. It's just not good. It's unseasoned,
No,
and I don't
no,
like Cane's chicken either. It's very
I
unseasoned.
don't. Well, I see. I hate to say that because my nephew was general manager at Cane's in New Orleans. And, my dad wanted some chicken, and the Popeyes we were going to, that was an accident. So I said, oh, we can go over here. And he gave us all of this Cane's, even though it was free. I still don't like Cane's chicken. I just don't like it. But that's my nephew. So look, I can't say a word.
Here we go.
I love critical thinking. Okay, let's go.
And if anybody wants a copy of this, um, I'll put the link in the chat here in a bit because she has it on members now.
If I'm going to take a week break. I did. So.
Just fake.
I'm not some disgusting person.
But you are. You are a disgusting person. I keep saying patterns of behavior.
God, and I don't think I can do this anymore.
Oh, God. Is she going in the woods?
I think you have made some bad choices, like a lot of people. Yeah, I'm not like that. I'm a real nasty one.
Last night, Betty.
George. I think it's George. George absolutely broke my heart.
George, can you pause that for a minute, please? So I'm watching KK's, right? Deadly put out the messages about her wanting to send him some pics or video that she had already sent to Muggsy. And with Deadly's response, he said, I'm good, send it to Westies. So someone pointed out in KK's chat that Westies hasn't been around for a year. So she was doing this a year ago with Deadly, who she calls her son or the boy or the kid. So instead of going live and addressing that, she goes live and deflects with you and Jamie. That's all.
Westies actually came back around like a month ago for a little bit. It was literally maybe for like a day or two, and then he left.
Okay, somebody said that Westies hadn't been around for a year,
What
so maybe they didn't know.
Yeah.
But she said that she was in a blue bra, she had on Clint's work vest, and she was putting on lip gloss like she was working. But you've never had a job.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I think what had happened was Westies came back for a little bit, like a couple of days, and him and Deadly was talking. Jen got brought up, and he was like, "Oh, are you talking about Jen Bate? Jen, let me look because I know she sent me this." And Westy was like, "Yeah, she looks like a real good dirty fuck, a good dirty."
Ooh.
That's what he said. He's like the type like you can just do anything to her. She's a real dirty fuck. I just want to fuck.
Ooh.
That's what he said. And
Oh.
he was saying like,
Maybe that was recently then. Hi, Louisiana High Ride. Maybe that was recently.
So then he was saying, "Oh, Jen sent me pictures and nudes like a year ago or something."
So Westy said that?
Yes, that's what
So
Westy.
maybe when Deadly said, I'm good, send it to Westies, she did.
Yeah. But I believe he already had her nudes, but maybe when Deadly said, send me, send them to Westies, maybe he's talking about send new nudes that she has taken. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Yeah, because she said Muggsy. She said Muggs that she had asked Muggs. I sent them to him. So that tells me that she was being paid when she said she's not like other women. Girl, you're worse than other women. Okay? You're
Oh,
worse.
you're right, Kendra. You're right. That wasn't Kendra. That was the podcast guy, Mark. That's who said that. So Westies, yeah, Mobland. Yeah. So okay, Westies.
Oh, that was the guy, yeah, from the UK, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark.
Okay,
Yeah, that's his name, Mark.
said that. Yeah. So yeah, Westies, he hasn't been around.
So she's been doing this for quite some time, George.
Oh yeah, she's an assassin with it.
Ugh.
I gave him a picture of my kid that I am reunited with, and I think he's the one who maybe gave it to Heidi.
Heidi,
Pause
did you
that.
receive a picture of her daughter?
Nope. What I said was when I did that live before my sister called me, and I put it on private. I said, I hear that you're sending around pictures of you and your daughter. I said, how would you like if your daughter was contacted? I said, F with me if you want to. That's what I said. Never said I had a picture of her daughter. And for George never gave me a pic of your daughter. Then Ann says this morning that she got pictures of her and her daughter. How many people have you sent those pictures to, Jen? Because that was mentioned in a chat a couple of weeks back that she was sending pictures of her and her daughter.
And when she sent it to me, it came out of nowhere. I did not ask for that picture. And I'm gonna.
So you do have a picture of her daughter.
I do, but I didn't ask for it. She just straight out sent it. And when she sent it to me, I was like, why are you sending me this? And I knew it was a setup. I knew it was going to be something with it. I just knew it was. And I believe that, okay, so remember when I ended my live the other day and I said, y'all keep fucking with me, Jules and Jen. I'm going to give KK the proof of you guys calling her PO and Children's Services.
Yep, I remember you said that.
I ended my live. 10 minutes later, Jen is calling me. I did not pick up the phone. Remember, I even put the
Yeah, you posted it. You said, Jen, stop calling me. Yep.
That was that day. So then when I didn't pick up the phone, she started sending me text messages. And I knew when she was calling and texting, I knew it was because Jules and Geneva and them, because KK, listen, Geneva also called Children's Services. Okay, you listening? She also called your PO.
What?
So I'm trying to throw you hints out there. I don't know if you're not listening or you're just not picking them up, but knock, knock. So I knew they was sending her over to shut me up. Hey, E11, I knew that's what they were doing. So I just played stupid. Remember when I said I called that truce with Jen?
Yep.
I called that truce with Jen to prove my point. I know what y'all are doing. I know about the CPS and I know about the probation officer. I know about all of that. I know you guys are using Deadly. I know Geneva is pulling all of this. Jen is using Deadly to run his mouth and do all this crazy stuff. Deadly didn't call CPS. Jen was poking him to say it. So
the only thing I know about that part is what was shown when John showed those text messages because Sophie showed them on her channel. So that's my first time knowing about that. So how do you know that Geneva called her parole officer and CPS? Because we know what she did to Brooke, but how do you
I can't tell you all of that now because I can't tell you all of it.
Okay, all right. Just thought I'd ask because I don't ask you questions, George. I just take what you say and just run with it because I'm this airhead dummy. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So everything that I'm saying is making sense, right?
Yes.
So when I called the truce with Jen, Did my name get mentioned anywhere?
Nope.
None. So they wanted me to shut up. So the truth all along was fake for me. It was just literally to prove my point. Jen said multiple times in our text messages, I didn't call CPS. CPS was never called, blah, 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 blah. But then did Deadly not put out messages saying he was calling CPS? There you
Well,
go.
I just saw those because those were posted. Yep.
So, Jen, you need to shut the fuck up, you slow, decrepit bitch, and go fuck with somebody else who's slow, who's more on your level, which would be,
Tales from the crypt.
yeah, I'm not on that level. And I'm going to tell you, like I told the rest, we're not the same, baby. Your brain is fried. Mine is fully functioning.
George, we have to play They Not Like Us. I'm telling you, they not like us. Not at all.
And I think it was really weird back when, and Jules, this was
And I also said, I'm going to give KK the information and the proof that she needs to get y'all arrested. That's what I said. And y'all scared of that.
in the day, honey.
Did you hear her call her honey?
Yep, just heard that. And then look, I don't talk to KK at all, right?
No, you don't. No, not that I know of. You don't. No.
It's just so funny how KK showed that doorbell cam of the cop telling Jules it was criminal, you know?
Yep. Yep. But I rewatched that video that you sent, and oh my God, I forgot all about that. Was so informative. Yep. I watched it. Okay, go ahead.
Back when I was and so I gave George a number, which I think Jules knew that.
What number?
I don't know what she's talking about, a number. I'd have to go through and look through my phone. I think she says a detective, but I don't know anything about that.
I was gonna,
but to be fair, maybe she did send me stuff. I told everyone I'm not a phone person. So if y'all send me stuff, I don't always get to things. I don't look, especially if it comes from someone like Jen, no offense. You text me all day long with silly shit about YouTube. And I told everyone my life does not revolve around YouTube. Love has my heart, okay?
House and so I had talked to a detective, which she would know everything was pulled. And I just decided not to pursue or do anything because Jules wasn't threatening me. She wasn't.
That's not true. You're lying.
Because she called the cops on her like 2 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she called the cops on KK on the live. Both of them.
And let me say this. I don't like a lot of people in this community. I'm not going to make a joke about it, and it is what it is. But I do think at this time, we do kind of need to lay our swords down just a bit, because there's a lot of things that's happening and a lot of things that is criminal. And if we are fighting with each other, blah, 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 we're ultimately going to miss what is being thrown our way. And
that's, George, you're the one that's blocking people out chats. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Get your motherfucking ass goddamn live, okay? Damn. I didn't say when it was going to fucking start.
We're doing black on black crime again, George. No.
Security.
I'm sorry. I just have to point that out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying.
Okay. Keep trying. You're doing great. You're doing great.
It's just because I didn't want to go forward with it.
Oh my God.
Told me that I tied kids up in a basement.
Okay, so listen, when she's talking about, I said that kids were tied up in a basement, she had called me dangerous. Y'all already know how I feel about being called dangerous.
Yep, I remember when you said that.
So I told her, okay, bitch, what about them kids that you had in your basement that you were raping and tying up? That's what I said. Take note, she never called me dangerous after that again. So how'd you like that, Jen?
Jen. You asking for all this steam, girl.
That explains a lot why everybody has my information.
She gave me her number, and that explains why everyone has her information.
What?
I don't even know your address. Like,
Uh,
like
Jen, you dummy. Your address, your full address, and your phone number was posted clearly on a community tab that had nothing to do with George. So stop. And
yeah.
then didn't you say that Kira doxed her number and that what is she talking about?
But she
Jen, everybody has had that address since Clinton moved there. Shut up.
and I'm so glad she said this. Like I said, I don't even know your address. It has nothing to do with me. But
I know it. I'm not
I,
even gonna lie. I know the address and her phone number.
I wasn't even the one looking her up on Zillow. So I don't understand how you tie me in on all this crazy shit.
Information.
Oh my God, George, she's blaming all of this on you.
Talk about with George.
Mm-hmm.
And George dicked out on me. Because I didn't want to do anything to Jules anymore. I didn't want to do anything.
Oh my God.
To me.
Mm-hmm. Then why did you call the police on her ass, huh? You dummy. Make sense out of that.
She even said on her live that you played, what was that, a month or so ago, where you and Miss Ann was going to help her.
Mm-hmm. And that was never fucking said. Never.
Oh my God, Jen. You are sounding stupid. You're sounding ridiculous. Like I keep telling you, if you're going to fight with the truth. Your lies and your crying, trying to manipulate people is not going to work. And I was surprised when I heard Angela Jade was in her chat, because I really hope Angela Jade is not believing any of this bullshit that Jen is saying.
Yeah. Well, Jade did defend me and say, I don't think George would show your daughter's picture. So I do appreciate Angela Jade saying that. But right here, look at the screen. George,
I'm looking at it.
Everyone's address is public. Look at Zillow.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. So, Jules, you were the one passing her address around. So I'm not sure where you're getting all that craziness from. You're helping her put this fucking stupid ass story together. And Jules, I am telling you, I am warning you, just like you fucking said to Miss Mickey the other day, when you said court is over, the judge ruled in your favor. Absolutely not. You might want to go get an attorney because I can refile on you. The only thing is, what I said in court that day cannot be used in a new court hearing coming up.
Nope, it can't. Also, George, the thing is, you live right there in Ohio. You have family, you have friends. Well, you don't live right there, but you're in and out of Ohio. She's stupid for putting this on you when she's supposed to be so scared, but you're right there in state and she's playing these little dumb games.
Yep.
She better stop.
And Jules, I
know George's sister doesn't play.
Oh my God. If I showed my sister what Maria said about my dad and my brother and nephew, oh.
Your sister don't play. I do know that.
And if you think my brother Josh is crazy, you ain't seen the other one.
This is ridiculous.
And remember, Heidi, I told you that one before. Like,
yep. Yeah, this is ridiculous, Jen. You play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes, and you nor Clint will like them at all. You need to stop. Okay, go ahead. Oh God. Okay. Exactly, Petty. If it was dismissed with prejudice,
we trust somebody. When you
What was you saying?
So Petty put in the chat, dismissed without prejudice is not a win. It's not. If it's dismissed with prejudice, that means you can't come back at them again. So thank you for pointing that out, Petty, because some people don't understand what that means.
Hmm. And my paperwork and her paperwork is something different. I just didn't provide enough evidence of her threatening me, which I do have, Jules. So just,
But you have now because of everything that's come out after that.
mhm. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
nobody, you tell them everything. And so much shit that he told me I wouldn't do to anybody else.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
What is she talking about?
God only knows.
Yes, Jules' address is public. It's an apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost feel like I don't have another narcissist woman. Awesome.
So Jen,
Oh my God, who said that?
Jen sent me this. Okay.
Jules should be called the Jitler because her and Glenn was prostitutes minors. Oh, this was July 1st.
July 1st. So what up, Chantel? So how is it, Jen? You and Jules are these great friends. Okay. But you're going around saying this. She wasn't actively attacking you or anything like that. Yeah. Y'all.
Yeah, but the paperwork doesn't say that, Jen.
Yep.
The paperwork doesn't state that, Jen. What
Yep.
the paperwork says at the sentencing was that Glenwood was had a charge for buying alcohol for minors. Didn't say he was prostituting minors. And I even hate to defend that piece of shit. But that's not what the paperwork said. Stop putting out false information like you do on AC, Jamie, KK, so all of them. You put out false information. That's why you are a joke.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a narcissist, I would care what other people think, or would it?
You are a narcissist.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what that means, does she?
Alexa must not have told her.
No, Alexa did tell her. Look, I'm being quiet. Alexa did tell her what a narcissist was, and she says, "Well, I guess I could be one of those."
Make it. Yeah, things could be worse. I just don't understand.
So, Jen, do you want to know what a narcissist is? I can tell you in case in case your thing didn't tell you. It's a person with an excessive need for admiration, a grandiose sense of self-importance, and a lack of empathy. Damn, that sounds like Jews too. This behavior exists on a wide spectrum, ranging from normal self-focused traits to severe clinical conditions like narcissistic personality disorder, NPD.
Uh-huh.
That's a narcissist. And the traits, Jen, you want to know? Well, we're not even going to go through the traits, George. Go ahead. If she fits every one of these. Oh, God.
I just don't have it in me to keep doing it. And then when I do show proof and I do apologize, it doesn't matter.
Your apologies mean nothing because your behavior doesn't change.
You do it over and over again.
Over and over and over again.
Just like when she would apologize for saying
But
nigger, she'd say it again next week.
You say it again.
Yeah.
About my mom, I can't. She didn't deserve it. She doesn't deserve people talking about her now.
Now she doesn't deserve it, but when you did it, it was okay. You're the one that threw your mother in the mix of all of this by swearing on your mother.
Yeah.
What?
Well, she's reading the chat too.
Oh, Creeper. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. She's that upset. And then
Do you see tears?
no.
Okay.
And that's why she has the lights out. Turn the lights on and show us those tears, baby girl.
I don't really care about them, but okay. Go
Mhm.
ahead. Don't care. Hi, Dana.
Who's cussing who out? Oh wait, I mixed my comments together. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Psycho shit. And to be honest with you, last night somebody should have sent the police to her house for a wellness check. This was crazy.
But who cares enough to send the police? If her own husband doesn't care, why would anybody else care?
I know.
Well, her supposedly husband. Okay.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Guys, hit the like button for George, please. I'm looking at the likes. Please hit the likes for George.
Yeah, hit the like button. I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning girl.
I'm glad you went live because this is keeping me calm because I probably would have had another explosive episode.
And we're going to get into Geneva next, right after this. I want all this is going to be Geneva. You know, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to open up the chat this weekend to everybody. Come in here, act like you got some sense. Don't come in here poking at people. Just go along to get along. This is our chat, but we're being nice.
I'm so proud of you.
I said the weekend.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. So fucking fake.
Brenna, they're making it out like I'm some pervert.
You are a pervert. Jen, if there's more than one allegation against what a person, stop that for a second, George. If there's more than one allegation of sexual misbehavior on the same person, Jen, we've heard enough.
Hey, Cooch.
You are a pervert. You are. I forgot about the part when he said how she was rubbing on Mike's nipples and how he was moaning right in front of her own kids and her kids' friends.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of nipples, when she said that comment to Amzie about breastfeeding.
Oh my God, I heard Amzie say that when I re-listened to her live. I was like, oh, that is so disgusting.
Mm-hmm. And Amzie
She's got allegations from different people for the same shit.
Yeah, and Amzie was like 9 months pregnant at that time.
No, that was after Amzie had the baby. She said that she was talking to her, Brenda, and Cole, who, Jen, you know Cole's condition, don't you, Jen? I know Cole's mom. So, again, you're doing to Cole what you did to Mikey. Mm-hmm. And I forgot about her doing jumping jacks in front of Mikey. Come on, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
This is sad. You are a pervert.
Mm-hmm. What up, Carol?
Hi, Carol. Hi, Nanny of 8. I'm sorry.
I miss my family.
Yes, she does.
I miss my family. I miss my townhouse. I miss my dog.
I'm sorry. This is just me. I don't believe that you miss your family. Sorry, I'm just saying that. No, because if you did, you would be making better decisions. If you really truly are trying to get your relationship back with your daughter, you would not be sending your daughter's picture out to anybody. I don't know your daughter. There was no reason for you to send me your daughter's picture. None.
And then I heard I don't know if it was Jamie talking about it this morning, or was it mentioned on KK's this when I replayed her this morning, that Detley said that her daughter was I forgot the term, hot. Her daughter was hot. So did she send pictures of her daughter to Detley or what?
She would have had to, and that would have been the older daughter she sent pictures to.
Jesus Christ, Jen.
Deadly told Jen yesterday, he said, "Oh, I was dying yesterday. Y'all should have watched Deadly's live last night. That was funny when he told Jen, I'm going to get Noelle to beat your fucking ass." He said, "I'm going to pay for her to go there to beat your fucking ass." He was like, "You're about to get beat by a R girl, and she
Oh
better
my
do
God.
it with a closed fist."
He said that? Jesus Christ. I don't even know what's the issue between Noelle and Jen. I just don't know.
Noelle is being puppeted by Maria, Whitney Lee, Lauren, and all of them. So,
This is sad. And ooh. Okay, go ahead.
Before he came,
how is it that you're crying more? I'm glad you said that, Stacey. How is it that you're crying more for your dog than you are your children? I cannot understand that. Like, okay, you don't know where your dog is, and I get people love their dogs more than they. Let me rephrase that. I get people love their dogs as much as their children, and some people don't have kids, and their animals are their children. But you also have children, Jen, and really and technically, you don't really know where your kids are at. I haven't heard you come on here once crying for them. Deadly's a hard watch at times, but sometimes, Nanny, I'm not gonna lie to you, Deadly brings it.
But George, I said the same thing when she was talking about she was going to do whatever she had to do for that dog to get that imaginary $5,000 surgery that he needed, that he no longer needs. I said, you would do that for a damn dog, but you wouldn't do it for your own children. She was going to do OnlyFans.
Amesy says she sexualized my baby boy breastfeeding on the phone with me, Cole, and Brenda.
That's what I heard Amsey say in that live. Yep. Okay.
here,
She is finally hanging out with her youngest daughter. And of course, she's telling her all about the news.
See?
Did she send you a picture of her daughter, Amsey?
I'm just reading that.
She sent it to me out of the blue. It's disgusting. And I'm just sure, like, I'm not a woman. Clearly, y'all know it. I don't want to be one either. But I'm sure just going through a pregnancy, your body changes. You probably don't feel great about yourself. And then you go through the labor, and then you're having it. You have other kids running around. You're trying to keep an eye on them. You're feeding a baby. You probably just feel like shit as a mom, as a person. And then for Jen to make comments like that, like,
She's
what?
very inappropriate, period. You can, just the way she carries herself online just tells you who she is.
Yeah. And then your body's already changing just from being pregnant, and then it changes again after having a baby. Your hormones are all over the place. Like,
I miss my family.
No, you don't. Oh my God, I can't.
I miss my old life. Before he came here, I miss my old life.
She missed her old life.
in Batavia.
So she told Cooch her daughter watches. You know that's a lie because she wouldn't be behaving the way she does.
Yeah, I mean, she even said Miss Alice is a mod for her. Like, hold on here.
If that's the case, she wouldn't be worried about Miss Alice finding out any information, right?
Girl.
Y'all leave my police department alone. Quit tagging stuff. Just stop. Just fucking stop. And you guys are so ate up with hate about Jules that you guys use me. You guys used me as a pawn. You did.
Who used her?
I'm guessing me, you,
People.
everybody that basically isn't.
How in the hell did I use her when I was telling her not to engage?
Uh-huh.
Ignore what's being said, Jen. If you're gonna get an RO, you cannot engage with the behavior. How is that using her?
Yeah.
But she won't ever have to worry about me giving her another chance. Like I said, I can care less if she flops like a fish, if she jumps off a bridge, if she goes to the wood and cut off a limb. I can care less.
Samesies.
George, you agree with me? Damn.
I know. And I don't understand it. I'm a person too.
What up, Ann?
She's a person too. Hi, Ann.
I know I fucked up. I miss my family. I miss my family. This wasn't worth it.
I
Jules,
can't.
if you're listening.
Hmm?
Oh, damn. Amzi said she agrees too. I don't care if she's homeless on Skid Row. I'm done for forgiving her. Damn.
Yeah, me too. Because this is always just going to be the same wash, rinse, repeat. Jen doesn't really want help. She enjoys being broken. Her angels, it gets them attention and pays their bills. And I don't, we're not the same.
I don't like you that much a lot of the time. But at least she calls it out. At least
she doesn't call out anything, Jen.
George, I sent you stuff that was private. I hope to go. I just miss my family. I want to go back home and it doesn't exist anymore.
You ruined that when you walked out on your children.
She did.
You definitely ruined that, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell people that they should unalive themselves because I'm telling you guys what, you guys keep eating and eating no matter how.
Can you pause that for a minute, please?
Don't stop. And you twist it.
Okay, isn't Kira her mod now? Didn't she say Kira told her to put a bullet in her head? Didn't she say that Deadly told her to off herself? Didn't she say William told her to do that, but she kept jumping back on those panels? So you're taking what Jamie said. Jamie said flop like a fish. That means you're still breathing. Jamie's told you that cancer was hereditary. Jen, people have told you that several times, but you pick and choose who can and can't say it. I told you I didn't care if you jumped off a fucking bridge, and I meant it. Come on, stop, girl. Okay, go ahead.
Guys, don't stop. And you twist it.
Why is she yawning?
To tell somebody to off themselves. It's not fair to threaten somebody. And I don't want of you guys screwed up. So why are you always thinking on me? I'm trying to do better.
No, you're not.
Oh, that's
No, you're not. You
Yeah.
do the same shit every day, 4 or 5 times a day. You're online lying and trying to manipulate and changing a narrative. When I heard you talk about Amzi, and Amzi's in the chat about how Amzi wanted Clint's dick, girl, Clint was entertaining Amzi. Clint was talking shit to Amzi about you, but you forget that Clint gave an engagement ring to Lauren Marie. You forget Amzi even said that KK and Clint were just friends, but you want to be mad at the women and not that piece of shit that you're living with that has no respect for you or himself. Stop it.
I know I need to walk away. I know I do.
Oh yeah, hanging me from a tree. That's right. Okay.
Look at George. I gave him a picture of my kid.
But Jen actually said she was going to drag me behind the car too with a rope. She said that years ago.
Honest with myself about what, Chichi? About what? About what?
And now I'm Team Wolf. Just tell them how racist you are. I was Bobby Brown. I was Queen Latifah. Now I'm Team Wolf. Just tell them how racist you are, Jen.
Mhm. And Chi Chi, you're just wasting your time with her.
Everybody is.
Mhm.
You know what? I love my husband, but he hasn't been very kind to me about stuff. So don't even. I love my husband very much.
I don't co-sign anything. I say what I mean. And if I agree with somebody, I agree with them.
See, and then they try to make it out like I'm some gross person. And I'm not. I'm not.
You are. You are. You're filthy. You're nasty. You're disgusting. You are all that.
She is.
Yeah.
She looks nasty.
Yeah.
She looks dingy, trashy,
And
unkept. That's the way she comes. I don't care how much makeup you put on a pig, it's still going to be a fucking pig.
and if anybody ever got online and said that I look like a nasty, good, dirty fuck, it's gonna be a problem. Like,
George, you look like a nasty, good, dirty fuck. Okay.
goodbye.
Oh, look, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do think that George would.
See, that's when
What?
Angela Jade said, "I don't think George would do that to you." Then she says, "Yeah, I do think he would." No,
Oh my God. Jen, stop.
I just miss my family. I miss my dog. I want to go back and be with my husband.
She want to go back and be with her husband. Isn't she with her husband?
Yeah, and doesn't he work the night shift?
Yeah, but I think he was home last night because I heard him coughing earlier in KK's stream, and I didn't remember him saying or her saying bye. But what does she mean? She misses her husband. Isn't her husband home, or is she talking about Mike?
Mm-hmm. Well, she said this morning she peeked in and she was talking about Jamie, and she said, "Do you know where my husband is? He's getting me a soda on his way home from work."
A soda but she has bad kidneys. But we heard Clint coughing, so maybe he did leave and go to work. But last night, at the end of this, she said her husband was in bed sleeping, and she was getting ready to get into bed with him because I couldn't understand. And I heard Jamie say the same thing about her playing that music loud if he was sleeping. Okay, go ahead.
Gross. I know. He made me feel gross.
You are gross.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she took that from Jules. Remember that? Stop it for a minute.
Okay, gross.
You remember when Jules was crying, saying when people are saying all these things about her, she just feels nasty and gross? Listen to what Jen just said.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Karma.
Copycat.
Go back to Canada. Yeah. Yeah. And for me, I don't even care about Jen enough to even really cover her. But this one had to have some attention.
But you learn real quick. You learn real quick if you're, anyway, I'm just saying. Because nobody was saying this shit when I got out.
Oh God.
Telling people they should OD, that they should can't catch cancer. Just fucked up.
Oh God.
I'm not talking to Jules, Daddy's disappointment. I'm not talking to her. You guys don't listen. You don't listen. None of you guys listen. And then when I try
You really don't care. You're the one that would look stupid, not us.
Yep.
you guys want to back up KK or you want to back up Jamie who tells me to kill myself? He told me to kill myself and you back that shit up. They talk about my mom. But they tell me to overdose and kill myself, but that's okay, right? It's okay for KK.
That's not what was said.
I'm a fucking human being too. I'm a human being too. And you guys are...
Then act like it. Act
Thank you.
like it. Carry yourself as a human being.
Like, my content has bought you guys a lot of shit. Jamie is. He's a horrible person. Fucking 2 weeks ago, I was off myself because of him. I was off myself because...
Oh my God. See, stop. That right there. It's totally effed up. That's the shit Jules pulled when she wrote my name on her fucking arm, talking about she was going to throw herself in front of a train. And when they found her, my name would be there. I wanted so bad to put up a picture of how a victim looks after hit by a damn train that's coming full speed. But again, that is so wrong. You're manipulating people by talking about self-harm. And George, I agree with you on that one. Yeah. The cop should have been called last night because this is ridiculous. You're using that to try to turn people against people that are talking and telling the truth about you.
Yep.
Stop the bullshit.
And that's another way where she's trying to be like Jules again.
Stop it.
Jamie. Had it not been for Kira, I wouldn't have went back. That's what Jamie does to people. She makes
She almost killed herself. I'm just gonna. I want to finish that, but instead of calling the crisis line, you know, the 988 that you're always advertising, you called Kira to call William, who, my God, couldn't do anything for you. But you said if you were ever in a crisis, you would call your husband. My, how we lie. Stop it. Especially in Louisiana high rise. I lost a couple of cousins.
They heard it. KK was up there and Sophie agreed to it. Nobody should tell anybody to kill herself, and he did. And I almost did. And that's the truth.
But she
Nobody should be allowed to tell somebody to die and catch cancer. They contact them.
Cancer. Okay.
I've heard her say the fucking worst to Kira.
But thank you.
And now here you are, girl.
But not just Kira, she said the worst too. Girl, stop.
In the words of Jen, stop it.
Stop it. Well, I told her stop it months ago, and all of a sudden she's using stop it. That's what I used to say, stop it.
Yes, he
Calm as a cat.
Did you flop around like he told me to flop?
Flop like a fish, bitch. Flop.
It's too dark. It's too dark, you guys. It's too dark.
My mom's cancer was hereditary. And AC and them were in there. They told me, he told
Now
me that
she's saying her mom's cancer was hereditary. That's not what Jamie said. Jamie said that cancer is hereditary. Girl, stop.
that I took a bad hit. And that my lungs heaved in and out.
But like I said before, MC and Ghost of Shadows told her this shit before. And you don't see her crying over what they said. And Jules was friends with them when they told her that. So how is it now you're forgetting all this?
Because she wants to.
Yeah.
There's no Narcan. And the only person who stuck up for me was Jules. Nobody else did. Me and you guys are
No, she did not. Oh my God.
And Jules she's not defending you. She's not defending that being said. She's just fighting against it because she doesn't like Jamie and KK. That's all that is. She probably agrees with them. She's just not going to tell you that. What's up, Chitu?
So yeah, Jamie, I tried. You fucking asshole. Yes, I did. And I called Kira. Yeah, maybe I'm a pussy, but after a while, and you're talking about my mom, and you're talking about my mom. I don't have to do anything.
Oh my God.
Bitch.
I'm not some gross pervert. God, I've never dealt with this before.
Oh God.
Nobody should be to the point. Nobody should be to a point where they're sitting down by a freaking creek. I called Kira. Had it not been for Kira and William, of all people, that was who I wanted to talk to. But nobody should feel that way, and you guys back it up.
Oh God.
Paula, don't say too much because Geneva's watching, and the next thing you know, they're going to be pulling your cousin's obituary. Just keep that in mind. That's what the fuck they do.
Paula's husband is not deceased.
Her cousin.
Oh, her cousin. Oh, okay.
I never hated my mom. I never hated my mom. I hated what she did. I never hated my mom, ever. I didn't like what she did. As much as I want to go live tomorrow, I know I can't. I want to.
But she is back.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave. Just anything that has to do with me, just leave it alone.
Jules.
Exactly, Anne.
Yeah, I'm gonna call my ending. It's really been helping me. I was just getting tired. I saw George in there, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you a. Who fucking cares? Because it's my platform, honey.
It's my platform, honey. Okay.
Angela, thank you. Thank you. Even when I was nuts, I knew you could take care of me.
And she said some nasty shit about Angela Jade. Girl, you ought to stop.
People like
She said nasty shit about who?
Jen has talked shit about Angela Jade.
Oh, yeah. So is Maria.
AC and Sophie and KK for doing this shit. Because somebody's going to end up doing it sometime. And you know what? It's not cool.
Jules started this shit, girl. Stop blaming it on everybody else except for where it belongs.
It's going to be a couple of days. I didn't even do anything to Muggsy. I just didn't want to send him pictures and videos. It's nasty.
But you did, according to what you told Deadly.
You sent him to the fucking FedEx driver. So how all of a sudden is it nasty now?
Did you see this? Did you see the picture that Sophie? I just looked. The picture that Sophie posted of her in the bathroom, bent over, I guess, pretending she has an ass or something, looking like a hunchback.
Yeah, and she put it in the war room.
Yeah. So if you didn't get that picture out, Jen, how would people have received it? You put it in the war room. Nobody but you.
She admitted it this morning. She said that, I should have never have done that. Blah, blah, blah.
And that's why I believe what the guy said. What's his name? Vippy, when he said that she was phone boning Joe in the war room. I believe it. I believe it.
What do? I did not want to send him pictures. I did not do any of that. I did not do it. Muggsy's a liar. Amy Lou, I know you're in here. I swear to God, I did not give Muggsy nothing. Like,
Amy Lou?
Like, he's a gross old man. I did not give him nothing. Amy Lou or anybody. I swear I did not. I didn't send him anything. He's a liar. He's a liar.
This is a stupid bitch.
He's a liar. That's why
So
I'm not
now she's crying because Deadly was putting out her shit. And now she's deflecting. That's what it comes down to. Why don't you address Deadly and how you keep calling him that boy or that kid, and he's like a son to you, and he refers to you as his mommy, but you wanted to send him nudes and a video, Jen, so he can jack off. What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
I
and she said something to him.
plants.
This is Habanero's community tab. Jenny is on a new account, and Habanero says, "Hey Jenny, aka Turkey Teeth, aka Lotus Lives. I mean Kiefer Queen, aka I Master."
Oh my God.
Once I outed your Canada, yep, that YouTube Canada account was definitely Geneva. You changed your name. I'm sure.
Yeah, her judge wouldn't be happy with that.
I'm sure your judge would be delighted to hear from the people in this community. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you have an RO for stalking? Weren't you supposed to not be online? That's it. That
Oh my God.
Maria has to work overtime to defend Jenny because Jenny can't be on the internet. Yep. I said she's sick. Habanero says everyone make sure to sub to Jenny's many accounts she uses for stalking and harassing people online. I'm subbed and
Is that really her though, George?
yeah, Geneva is, and I think she's trying to make fun of PMR here because you know PMR likes plants.
Why is she worrying about PMR when she's not here?
Mm-hmm.
PMR is living her best fucking life.
Yeah, she's a sexual deviant. Remember all that? She's a sexual deviant. Let's see what Habanero said after.
I gotta go through Habanero's community tab.
Let's do it now. She said to the ignorant punta named Maria, let's let the judge be the judge of that. I know for a fact the judge wouldn't be happy about her continuing to harass and stalk people online. Jenny, you can thank Maria for what's headed your way.
Oh shit.
Dang.
Oh shit.
Look how cute daddy is. And look at this beast. Ugh. Look at that. Ugh.
Maria, try running something other than your mouth. Oh my God.
And Maria is so she is so terrified of daddy's disappointment. She will not address her. Oh no.
What the fuck? Habanero's been busy. Oh shit. Who's that? Who is that?
Like I said,
Oh, that's AI. Okay.
12 hours. That's not true. Oh my God. Maria, your comebacks are so lame. Jeff Spicoli.
Wait a minute. Is Daddy, aka Jeff Spicoli, mad because Muggsy wasn't? Daddy isn't just. Oh my God. Okay.
In her double wide. Maria, you don't have nothing. Like you have absolutely nothing, and all that stealing you've
I
done.
wish
in
you
life,
look at the taxes that Daddy pays in the area that Daddy lives in. Okay.
all that
Jesus.
stealing Maria has done in life, she doesn't have fucking shit to show. I'm tripping. I thought.
Oh my God.
Let's finish this with Jen, and then we're going into Geneva.
No, he's a liar. Bugsy's a liar. Jamie's a liar. I'm gonna go. Here. He's sleeping.
Brittany said she wanted to do a fake fight so she can get more views for her channel. He said that.
Oh. Okay, that ends that. So that was that. Jen, you're a clown. Do better, girl. Let's start. Okay. Let's start with hitting rock bottom first. And then, because I can finish
Let's get
that
in
one.
rock bottom.
Oh, that's Geneva's live that she did. So we'll be
When
able
did you do this live?
this was a couple years ago, probably like a year and a half.
Okay.
But and then tomorrow we'll start that 5.5 hour lives of Brooke. I didn't know Jen was gonna give us a nugget. But I want all of y'all to see how crazy Geneva is. Okay. And these are some of the games she plays.
Everyone, welcome to my video. This video has probably been a long time coming. I had actually contemplated for a while if I even wanted to do this video or not. And initially I settled on not doing it. I had figured that the lies, the accusations, the harassment publicly have, it started to die down. It wasn't as bad as it was. I wasn't being dogpiled on. So I just figured I would let it go, put it in the past, move forward. However, last week, Cooch decided she wanted to reopen the can of worms. She let somebody DM her and fill her inbox with a bunch of lies and accusations and harassment, which Cooch then very happily repeated in an attempt to get people to harass me and dogpile on me again. So I decided, you know what, it's time to do this video. It's time to clear things up. It's time to put everything on the table, let people see what's been going on for the last 2.5 years. Let the people who maybe haven't been in this community for very long see what goes on, what went down, give them the history behind it. And, people can take the information and do what they will with it. They can choose to believe it. They can choose to not believe it. It's their prerogative. And I don't really care too much what people think anymore. There are the people that I have met on this platform that I do care about, that I am, online friends with, and they do, know what's been going on, and they do support me, and those people I do care about, and I appreciate them. And, they are the people that I know aren't two-faced backstabbers, basically.
I'm sorry, I'm missing something, George. Who is she making this for?
Herself.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
My circle, that's all I need. I have plenty in my real life to keep me busy. I'm not around on YouTube much anymore, just because it's old and insane, and it's gotten so dark and so mean and so ugly that I don't need to see that. Like I said, I've got enough going on. I don't need to be a part of that. But what people, I think, don't understand is how just the level of harassment I've been dealing with behind the scenes. And it's, like I said, it's time to put it out there. So with that being said, a couple things about this video. One, I'll probably leave the comments on, but I'm going to have all of them held for review. And yes, that means I'm going to pick and choose what gets put out there. And if you're a nasty hater who just wants to harass me, your comment's not going out.
Now, why do you need to pick and choose the good comments? And also, you do that same exact thing to other people. Jennifer stole my identity.
You have a legitimate question about something or want more information, that's fine. You can also come to me in my DMs, and I'm more than happy to, explain whatever needs to be explained or give whatever information needs to be given. I am perfectly fine with that. I'm not going to hide anything, including what I have done. This is going to make me look bad as well, but people need to see this. The other thing is this video is primarily about one person. So I am going to do my best to leave other people out of it and not mention them or involve them if possible.
This is a sick bitch.
So I guess without further ado, Pat My Rock, this is for you.
She is obsessed with
Oh my God. What? That's what I'm here. Okay, go ahead.
She is jealous of any woman that has a better life than her. PMR can afford the good things in life, and Jenny cannot.
George,
PMR.
I'm so envious of that patio and that pool. Oh my gosh. I was talking to her and she was sitting outside and just the water and just it's gorgeous. Okay.
Mhm.
To start with, I think what I'm going to start with. So, just a little bit of the backstory briefly. PMR and I became friends in early 2022, I believe. And we were friends throughout the spring and summer. And we basically had her falling out in September or October of 2022. I had people come to me and show me that she was basically being two-faced when it came to me and telling people, making accusations and saying one thing to one person and saying something completely different to my face. And so
But isn't that what Jen is accused of doing?
But isn't that literally what she got caught doing?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said Jen.
Oh,
Yeah, Geneva. Fucking sicko.
I haven't really spoken to her since. There hasn't been, I don't know anything about her or her life. I don't need to know. I don't care to know. She's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned in my life. So we're going to talk June 2023. While I was friends with her, there was a group text thread, and these were like text messages on our phones, not through an app, direct texts. There was a group.
Did you catch that part?
no. Replay that, please.
Okay, hold on.
She's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned in my life. So we're going to talk June 2023. While I was friends with her, there was a group text thread, and these were like text messages on our phones, not through an app, direct texts. There was a group chat that we had.
These are direct text messages,
Okay.
not through an app. Remember when KK said something about, oh, Jules said she will not talk to Geneva.
Yes.
Exactly, something. What did I say? Well, they're talking.
They're talking. You said they were talking on Reddit.
So
Okay.
in here, we didn't go behind the scenes. We did it right through our phones.
And there were 4 people in it. There was myself, PMR, Daddy's Disappointment, and there was a 4th person who has not been in this community for quite some time, a couple of years at least. So I'm not even gonna mention her unless she needs to be mentioned. And in this case, I'm only going to say that about her. So I had Daddy's Disappointment and PMR blocked on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they were texting, I would not see. And it turns out that they were texting things in that group chat. And I don't know if they just forgot that there was a 4th person in that chat or what, but that 4th person was screenshotting what they were sending in the chat, the messages, and sending them to me. So this is what I'm going to show you. And the first message came in on June 29th, 2023. So this was probably 8 or 9 months after I stopped being friends with PMR. And I get this message, and it was Daddy's Disappointment that primarily sent it, or it started it, I should say. And it says, "You wanted a response, and here I am. I walked away from you when you attacked me and said I spread information around about your Google file. I did stand up for you," and the rest of the message was done.
Jenny's Google file. And remember yesterday, Napa said she had Google files.
Oh, God.
I don't know what it said. the Google file, again, that was one of the original accusations that was thrown out about me, was that I allegedly had this whole Google Drive with
Okay, but
files
stop, stop. Hasn't this been proven that she did have a Google file? So when she made this, was this before? Well, this was had to be before it was brought out that she had the Google file, correct?
And I heard
Okay.
that Google file was disgusting.
I remember when Mims told me that she had sent her something and she didn't. I remember Mims talking about that, and I think Star might remember that too. And I was like, "What the hell?" Okay, go ahead.
On people, and had, I believe the word was dossiers on everybody, which is ridiculous. I still don't, never do, don't even know how to use a Google Drive for that matter.
Oh my God.
The ironic thing is that
lies. See, I love dumb bitches like this.
Oh my God.
They do all the work for you, and they think they're so fucking smart. Okay, Paula.
Does maintain many
a Google file, and
so it's kind of ironic. And also, just for reference, in these text messages, when you see the H, that's Daddy's disappointment, and when you see the A, that would be PMR.
Okay.
So then PMR says, "No response, Geneva, after everything you've actually said and accused me of. You've got nothing. Got it. Have a blessed life." And then Daddy's disappointment says, "Blessed be." PMR says, "May the Lord open." And I think this was the only messages, as far as I know, that came in on the 29th.
Okay, so was that supposed to be bad?
Set of messages came in and
y'all found out I had Google Drives in April of 20, so it was April of 2023. Thanks, Meows Lies. Paula, I didn't get anything. What up, Daddy? And Daddy, if you want this link, girlfriend.
Now there were two sets of text messages that came in on the same day. The first batch was when they were texting the group chat, and the other person was screenshotting it and sending it to me. And she started to get a little bit irritated with them. So I unblocked them so that I could try to shut it down. So there's kind of two separate exchanges that happened here, but they were both on the same day. And here's how it started. It was August 21st, 2023. And this was Daddy's disappointment who started with this first text here. And it says, "Do you think we will just go away? I mean, you didn't when we moved on from the friendship. At least we were giving you the curiosity of coming to you and not dragging you on other channels." I think she meant courtesy, not curiosity. "We are literally giving you a chance to explain yourself. You want to deflect. My feelings were hurt, taking in zero consideration ours. You accused Angie of posting Brooke's kid multiple times and talked shit on Angie to Star, who showed Angie the conversation. Your friend, Star, your bully buddy. You're so miserable in your life. You got to pick on Muzz, but fail to realize we know your bullshit too. It's coming to an end, Jennifer. It's up to you if it's going to be graceful or fireworks." And this is when I blocked them. They thought
so they were calling her out, is what I'm hearing.
PMR said,
but in her head, she's not taking it like that.
Okay, she's being bullied.
Stop making
is what she's saying.
Yep.
Criminal accusations on others, then we might get somewhere. That didn't age well. That would require taking accountability, Daddy's disappointment says. PMR says, "Good point." Daddy's disappointment says, "We've watched her and her trolls pick on Muzz in chats, yet here she is running from us." Which is interesting that they're now friends with those trolls. Geneva doesn't have...
Hello, Daddy. How are you?
Good morning. I hope my phone works this time. Sorry, I just woke up because I did double. Okay, good. I just woke up because I did a double, saw George was live, and I was like, oh, I guess I came in
Okay,
at the
Debbie,
perfect
can I
time.
ask you a question,
Of
please?
course.
On this stuff that she's reading, it sounds like to me you and PMR were calling her out. So I'm kind of confused. Is she saying that she was being bullied by you guys?
It appears that that was the way, but yes, we were calling her out. I do know that I have the text messages of our quote unquote breakup, and I know I've given them to George before, and I think I've given them to Anne. Like, does this make me sound like I'm some psycho crazy? And does this make it seem like I'm involved in anything? Because one thing Geneva liked to do was she liked to do the dirty work and then slide it into other people. As we're learning, like remember, PMR and I were the very first people to call Jenny, sorry, out. And we got dragged from hell and high water, from Siwa to, not my Star did, but I love Star now. Like we worked it out. And I don't blame these people. They were fooled. They were fooled and they were like, this is a girl with cancer and these are these two people who are picking on her. When no, that's not the case.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood. All right, George, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Power to block us. Guarantee she's watching us with an alt and will unblock us in an hour. I don't know how you have an alt in a private text message group chat, but sure. Okay. PMR.
What can you pause that right there? When we were talking about the alt, and I know it's just a minute detail, it doesn't really matter, but the alt, it's the alt of like a YouTube profile or a Reddit, not in a group chat. She's playing the semantics game because again, we're communicating via text message. So things can get conveyed and not understood, but she understood. And I'd also like to point out that I've never really even publicly took a panel to talk about Geneva. So George, this is the first, and this has happened what? PMR and I did this maybe 3 years ago. We've never discussed her side. We've never done anything to Geneva. We've never doxed her. We've never outed her. Nothing. I haven't even outed my side of those spoof text messages that I received that Amber C confirmed were her.
Yep.
Still in the group chat watching. She wants us to say something she can use. Maybe I should drop all the accusations in there that she made, or you should drop the dirty shit she did. And then Daddy's disappointment says, we gave her a chance to make it right. She chose destruction. It's above us now. And PMR says she did. Oh, well. And this starts the second set of messages. Daddy's disappointment says, why did you delete your comment, Geneva? You poke and hide. You wanted our attention. Here we are. Now, the comment she's referring to was a comment on Star's community post that she had made. I had made a comment on there. However, when I made the comment, it was actually a reply to somebody else. And I deleted that reply to somebody else and reposted it as just a comment on the community post rather than a reply in the replies to somebody else. And Angie says, I was just being real. I was tagged and responded. And then I said, I deleted it and then moved it as a comment instead of a reply, since it didn't look like my replies were posting.
Okay, let me just say this. Do you guys not see the group here that's kind of forming and Geneva is the head of it? If y'all don't see that, you guys are kind of...
Want your attention. I didn't tag you, started. I'm leaving you alone, so leave me alone. I'm not engaging with you anymore. Daddy's disappointment says, your own friend pulling you in on this one. Why would you pass around my info, Geneva? You gave it to Coop and others. You haven't taken accountability for that. You tagged me.
Oh, shit.
So you guys that are sitting there in her inner circle, just know you guys are doing her dirty work. And when the shit goes down, she's going to turn around and run. This is y'all's chance to get away from this nutcase before y'all get in deep, just like Jules and Maria is with her.
post trying to blame me.
I'd also like I'd also like to add that a lot of people made comments about how did you know? Or how did you not know? We didn't know. We had no idea that any of this stuff was really happening because actually, maybe a while before all of this happened, I had received a message from Jay Today. And Jay Today was like, be very careful. Geneva has a Google Drive. I saw it. And I was like, do you have proof of this? I need proof of a Google Drive before I can do anything. That's not really fair to say, I saw this. And then for me to ostracize her because I've never seen any behavior like this before. But I never saw evidence of a Google Drive. But then I found out that a Google Drive did exist. And I think it's somebody, maybe you played it, George. Yeah, you played it yesterday. My days are blending. But people are like, well, how did you not know? We didn't know. We didn't know at all. We weren't privy to this information. I had no idea the things that were happening behind the scenes until Amber went on panel with text messages in December when a big blowout happened. I don't even remember. Heidi, maybe you can remember about her. And when Amber read those text messages, that's when I realized how messy she was. PMR had already walked away, but I was still friends with her or babysitting her is what I like to call her, kind of wrangled the cow, I guess. And then I slowly started walking away too. And then in January, and there was no big fallout. I was busy with life. I mean, did I like what she was doing? No. But I got busy with life. I was seeing somebody new. Life was happening, and I wasn't able to coddle her the way she required. So I didn't know. I had no idea because we weren't privy. I had no idea she was in these group chats because I'm not in any group chats. I had no idea. I kept everything to YouTube, but then I find out these things are happening with Mims and stuff like that. Rest in peace. It was wild. It was wild. And I took a lot of heat for stuff that I wasn't even involved in. I had no information of, nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
See,
this is too much.
every group Geneva is in, it ends the same fucking way.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. There's no fucking way Geneva is not the common denominator. And Andrea knows I did kind of see that little poke you took. So I'm just throwing it out there. I see that. And I know it's being done for Geneva. So
Is Andrea here?
she was in Jen's chat. So
Oh,
you just
okay. Well, okay.
So Geneva, let me tell you, when all this poking gets started, Geneva, I will be emailing that judge and letting her know, okay? You're still up to your same old tricks. So Judge Lamar will know.
Trying to blame me for shit.
We have a right to commentate on your lives. We have a right to put out there what you do to people, Geneva, so that other people can protect themselves. That's all this is, okay? And let me clear up that Cali Nova account real quick. So that same day when Jules and Maria kept poking and poking and poking, I know they were poking at me because I was a witness for Geneva. Amber C. So that's what they were doing. I sent Geneva a C&D. Hey, I see you. You need to stop this. I sent it through email. So she had my email address, right? An hour later is when all of a sudden Cali Nova is no longer that white lady who had a conversation with Maria in Spanish. It's all of a sudden me. So just so you know, Geneva, I know what you did there. And I seen what you did. And it was you who started that lie. So you can go ahead and you can play with somebody else.
And third-party harassment is true.
Yeah.
You can be prosecuted in case anybody doesn't realize that. So y'all keep playing dumb games.
It's kind of good. Piggybacks off of the point I made on your stream, George, a couple of days ago, where all of a sudden court's happening. They think I'm a witness, so Maria just randomly starts throwing out strays for me. the type of home I supposedly live in, which why would anybody think that that information or having that information would be okay? I mean, again, I am a single woman and apparently I live by myself. So, I mean, it's just weird for that information to be had. But again, they thought that I was going to be a witness. So Maria took it upon herself to berate her community tab about me and private information. And then when they see that I'm not involved in the court case at all, then she stopped. But
Mhm.
now I'm asking Maria for some accountability. So Maria, when you're listening to this on your 5 devices, can you please provide more proof? And thanks for adding Mia Spicoli too. I like that account. That's fun.
Okay, but wouldn't Geneva have the witness list?
Yeah,
So
because
they would have known that you weren't a witness, right?
mhm, not unless she asked
I
to
don't know how any of that works.
yeah, not unless you're asking to be private, but usually like something like that. So remember when Jules kept sending me stuff, her evidence? So if I write a witness and say I gave it to Daddy, Daddy then will forward it to Geneva so she can see. I don't know why it's done that way, but it is. But I'm assuming they're probably thinking she asked to be private because you can request for that as well. And I like I said the other day, I have requested from my police department all of the requests made for any of my information and who done it and who pulled it. I'm still waiting on that to come back. And once I get that back, I am going to move forward with this on Geneva because Geneva, you have done some nasty shit to me for absolutely no reason other than Jules and Maria told you to do so. So don't think you're off the hook. Hey,
Hi,
Ann.
Also, I'd like to
Ann.
just add that by coming
Hi.
forward and explaining everything, I don't have anything to gain. There's nothing to gain out of this. In fact, it's like every time I talk about my side of the story, I am more just, more things happen to me, whether I'm doxxed on Reddit or Maria wants to do AI pictures of images she wishes I looked like. I don't know. There's nothing of benefit for me to come out except to say, hey, this is my story. Tread lightly with her. That's it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And to piggyback off on what you said, Daddy, that's exactly where I am coming from at all times with Geneva. It's about making people aware and trying to protect them because I don't think, unless they've got somebody they know well or they've experienced her, I don't think people could possibly imagine how mentally ill she is. So she obviously thought I was a witness, and that is when the Turkey Teeth account appeared on Reddit. And right away, it was listing reasons why George shouldn't be a witness, why I shouldn't be a witness. And I knew it was Geneva.
Mm-hmm.
So when I called Geneva out for being that account the other night, she deleted her account. And Maria's posting, that's not Geneva. And then somebody puts on Reddit, oh, people are trying to set someone up. Because I messaged Geneva and said, you've got 10 minutes to remove all that shit from Reddit. So she thinks that's for me to go to Amber and say, look, she's online. She could be online. She can be online. Geneva, I have got no interest in locking you up. No interest. I want you to stop your shit. That's all. Same as Maria, stop your shit. And just so everyone's aware, Maria has removed the doxing of my family on YouTube today, but it should never have went this far.
Mm-mm.
I should not have to threaten her with her family's information.
Mhm.
And Maria, you did receive both emails because I get red receipts. Stop playing games. Stop going too far with people. Grow up. Both of you just fucking stop it. There's no need for this. So, sorry, I just wanted to give my 2 cents worth.
Okay. And what she did to E11 was terrible. You doxed E11 because her chat was talking about you, Maria, and they might have said your husband's name. So the fuck what? So does that
Yep.
mean now we can start doxing Cree, who lives in Edmonton, Canada. Should we start doing that? How's the weather up there, Cree? Should we start posting Cree's nephew, who is a content creator?
Oh, I think
So is that fair game? So when Cree starts getting doxxed, it's because of Maria. Cree,
yeah.
control that old bitch you call a friend, Maria. Control the bitch. Sick of you.
That was a mic drop.
We tried to blame
Yeah.
Angie for Brooke's kid. I'd like to add, even though Angie and I don't feel keen feelings, we've stood up and said, one, we have zero proof you posted Brooke's kid. Pay attention to that because they are now backtracking on that I apparently did post Brooke's kid.
No. Can you pause that? There are two things we have never addressed ever. We have never said she posted Brooke's child. Never. And we also never questioned her cancer. We've never even discussed her medical history. PMR have both discussed privately that these were two talking points we would never touch and we never have because we don't have the proof, like we said, and we don't know about the cancer and it's not our place to discuss it. Whether she uses it to weaponize people's feelings, maybe, probably, but we've never once discussed either one of those things publicly.
Mhm. And even when I received that list of all of her Reddit names, that name that posted the kid in his underwear, Brooke's kid in his underwear, you guys were like, oh, that's the one that posted her kid in the underwear. You guys never accused her of that. I did, though, because I always knew it was her. It's what she does. She has a weird, sick obsession for children.
Proof of it. So maybe stop lying about that. In fact, let's listen to words out of PMR's own mouth that I did not post Brooke's son.
They're both taking notes and they're going to rip apart every statement that she's made. So she's going to look stupid in the long run. And those pictures were posted 4 months ago. And how many of us have all commented on her fucked up nose? I've commented it for, God, probably a year. Why now is she so upset? She needs to react because her son's picture was put up by somebody. Whoever did that is disgusting, but I know these two women and they would never do that. They get pissed when John goes after kids. That's what drew Genevra out from the shadows.
Tell me your butt.
You see how good.
How is that in her favor, though?
Yeah, but you see how good Geneva is? Like,
I'm serious. Am I confused here? Because how is that in her favor?
So even PMR knew all the way back then that I didn't post Brooke's son. So why is she now changing?
Okay, so PMR was saying that Geneva didn't do it.
right.
Okay.
But
Okay,
at the
got
time,
it.
they
Can
were
we
friends.
circle back to the conversation I had earlier about we just didn't know these things were happening. I mean, we could be friends with someone via a text message or a telephone conversation. I mean, I don't know everything that goes on in everybody's life, and especially people that are like even around me. I don't know. So again, we weren't privy to everything because these weren't obviously conversations that we were having and we didn't feel were needed to be had because we didn't think it at the time. But then we realized, oh, she's a little bit more invested than we think. And this makes us uncomfortable. And this was so new to this community and to everything else that we didn't know the proper way to handle it. We just stepped away. And I've showed the breakup text messages where she's accused me of things. And I was just like, wait a minute, absolutely not. And yeah, so it just piggybacks off. There's a lot of things that could have happened or did happen that we were not aware of because Geneva was running in a bunch of different circles. The child thing, not our circle with PMR.
And remember everything that she has lied about and denied, but then she came on Brooke's panel that day and admitted to all of it a couple years
That's
later.
what, yes, that's what I'm so confused about. So this was before she went on Brooke's panel. Got you. Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Lord.
This was
Okay.
2023, someone says. When people that was feeding information to her start seeing their family's docs. Yeah, she has all their information. That's how I don't understand how they're buddy with her.
Oh God.
No, I didn't.
And this is why I say Jules and them were setting KK up with Geneva. When they brought Geneva into KK's chat, they were setting her up. That's exactly what they were doing because Jules herself said, I never liked KK.
But Jules says she doesn't trust Geneva, and I'm trying to understand why would she even want to be around her after she keeps saying that she's the one that pulled her mom's information. So that's what doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they're stuck with her now. They're stuck with her ass.
Okay.
I mean, Geneva knows too much on them now.
Okay.
Anywho, let's continue. 2, we will not comment on your medical status. Well, we know that's crap because they have. Even fighting, we've extended you more grace, courtesy, and respect than you did us. Neither one of us deserved your fuck shit, and now you don't want to engage. If I look hard enough, I'm sure I can find a sure jam gift. PMR says, Geneva 148, when you were going to address the above text I sent you on June 29th. You've made some horrible accusations, and Siwa and others have repeated them on a public platform. I didn't make any accusations close to the accusations you have made on me and repeated multiple times, but.
What up, Habanero?
You say you've owned what you've done. Where can I find all of this owning? You tag Daddy and I in comments on your community tab, but don't want our attention. You made a video about us, which was later sent to me. Yet you're not doing anything. Give me a break. The video that she is referring to was a video showing text messages between us and between the three of us, much like you're seeing here, clearing up some things because I found out that they were also sending our text messages to various people in the community.
Was that PMR talking to Geneva?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to keep up, George. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep up with this. Okay, go ahead.
Of information. So I posted the text in their entirety in a video and basically put it all out there. And they obviously didn't like that. You've done so much and need to make it right. Everything you're stomping your foot about you've done. You posted Mim's kid, you sent around obituaries, you called the police, you lied about your name as a mandated reporter, you contacted Reagan, you accused me of crimes, called RO officers.
Oh my God.
Let me just jump in and say she did post Mims's son's Facebook page on Reddit because I was able to provide the proof to Brooke of her admitting she was that account.
Yep.
That is true.
Mims actually knew that because she called me upset and she was crying. And then Mims did a live and she was crying about it. So, yeah. Okay.
Both court cases and more.
Heard that you pull up people's court cases. You hear that,
You accuse me
KK? She pulls up people's court cases.
I mean, who found Maria's Walmart bill first?
Did you hear that, Jamie? She pulls up people's court cases.
Your nieces. Where? Prove it. We'll get into that later. I shared text messages proving I didn't do these things in your picture after you told me you were hospitalized. I found you at home in your apartment. You lied. Now, while she was also sending around text messages, apparently she was also screen recording or taking screenshots of our FaceTime calls.
Shit, I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
Can I actually explain how that happened? Because I know how that happened between Geneva and PMR and that infamous photo that Meow Lies is using. Or wait, no, I don't think that's the photo. Maybe that is the photo. So what happened was
that's the photo when she actually went up on Jules's panel that night.
Oh yeah, and she had messaged
That's
me
the
about
panel
wanting
slip.
to she wanted to strike, no, that was half a face, wasn't it? I don't know. She wanted to strike Jules, and she was like, I'm going to strike Jules. And I was like, no, like, just talk to her first and see if she'll take it down or maybe edit it. Don't like strike her. That's so aggressive. So she messaged Jules, and Jules was like, absolutely not. It's over a 7-hour stream. I'm not going to take it down. And so I don't know what happened from that, but she got mad at me because Jules refused to take that stream down when I was like, let's go ahead and avoid making waves by messaging Jules and saying, hey, do you think you can take it down? But Jules wouldn't give her that courtesy. But let me explain the whole PMR thing. And I see you, Amber. Hi, Amber. This whole thing started because of you, ironically. So the PMR thing is she was calling PMR was on vacation. PMR was saying, that, she's going to be gone, or not PMR, but Jenny was going to say she was going to be gone soon, that she doesn't have much time to live. So PMR called her in a panic. PMR also put her, thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my friend. And so PMR called her, but because she had the iPhone set up, if you touch the back, the double tap takes a picture of the screen. So she was putting her phone down, the double tap happened, and it grabbed a picture of what was on her screen, which was Genevra. It wasn't like she was maliciously taking these pictures. It was, she got baited. She had to leave like the time she was spending with her family and her vacation because she was under the impression that Genevra was just given bad news and didn't have much longer to live. And
Okay,
then
hold on a second. How long ago? Because Sibyl was saying the same thing. I remember Muzz was saying that that TL was picking on her and she was dying of cancer. I'm so confused here. So does she have cancer or doesn't she have cancer?
She did have cancer at one point.
Okay.
I believe, was it cervical or?
Well, shit, I had that. I had the scraping done. That was years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Jesus.
Incredibly violating and lacks any form of boundaries. The picture she is talking about was a screenshot or a recording that she took of a particular FaceTime call right after I'd gotten home from the hospital. So I didn't lie about anything. I was in the hospital earlier that day and I had gotten home and we had a FaceTime call.
can we just
Little did I know she was recording it.
can we just point out first that I'm addressing these topics before I'm even hearing about them? Awkward silence.
Yeah.
And sending it to people. I don't care if you're hurt because you are no friend to anyone. I don't value relationships with people like you. I defended you like a fool when people came at you over the Google Drive. Daddy did the same and you melted down on both of us because we didn't do enough. Didn't get into fuck shit. Or don't get into fuck shit and you won't need defending. I look forward to seeing where you owned all the dirty shit you've done to everyone. So that was the end of August 21st. About a month later, she sent messages directly to the fourth person that was in the chat, trying to accuse me of some Reddit posts, I believe, and trying to basically turn this person against me. She tried to, this was when the information about the drive-by of Julie's house, Mod 148, came out, which PMR put that information out herself. And I think she did so not only to make me look bad, but because she was trying to get me to dox the other person in this group chat. But instead, she went to this person, sent her text messages directly, trying to make it look like I was the one trying to dox her, and turn her against me. And this backfired on PMR. So she told this person, I've never had an interaction with blank, somebody who is no longer in the community. So I don't know why she'd want to come for Daddy and I. Regardless, she's tried to set me up, so I had to dox you. I can't see anything else good coming from that post. My theory is she figured you were gone, so she was going to flip the blame on you like she did to me. It's a pattern. Of course, she was like, you doxed me? Yeah, this was an epic fail.
Can you pause?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. PMR never doxed the fourth person that was in the chat. Jenny, sorry, I keep saying her real name, but okay. Jenny did. 148 found out who it was through her Instagram because she was following her on Instagram. And I'd also like to say I'm always been connected with this drive-by, but Geneva herself and 148 and PMR have all said I was not involved in it. I was not on that drive. I was not on that FaceTime. I wasn't involved, but people like to lump me in on it, but I had no knowledge of it. I found out when PMR mentioned it and I was like, what are you talking about? And then that's when I found out, but I get lumped into it because I don't know. I was part of the 4. But PMR never doxed anybody, never handed over any information. It was 148 found the girl's profile on Geneva's Instagram, put 2 and 2 together, and then essentially doxed that girl too. But I mean, that girl was setting PMR up anyways, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was an epic fail because I didn't forget she existed. As a matter of fact, we're still friends to this day and we still talk to this day. So that didn't work very well for you, PMR. So those were the end of the text messages from this time period. There were more, but we'll get to that later. I'm kind of doing this in order, so we will get to that. Before I get down into the nitty-gritty of things, which is kind of coming up in the next part here, I'm just going to show you a few text messages between myself and PMR. And I believe Daddy's disappointment is in some of these, just kind of showing some of the fuck shit that was going on that I wasn't doing, that PMR was doing, because she claims she's innocent and wasn't involving herself in fuck shit. Well, here's just some examples of the fuck shit she was involving herself with while I was still friends with her.
Yeah, and this is why I always said, I agree with Geneva or Kendra. I agree. You push people to this point to show up to your house, Geneva, and then you run and cry for help. And then you run online and try to become a victim. Like, I knew, right? You're not a victim. You deserve it.
So these are where she was sharing in our group chat text messages of Brooks. I'm not 100% sure who these are with, but they were obviously they were with between Brooke and somebody else, and I don't know who that somebody else was. So PMR sent these in the chat, and PMR said, obviously don't share because of the number. Now, you can't see the phone number on these, so it's okay to share. Jess, who was Daddy's disappointment, said, what is this? What's Brooke doing? And PMR says, she was mad at Jason for hiding the weed. So this is her good friend Brooke. So PMR, here's another example. PMR says, she's bothered you were on Siwa's live, and it's Siwa's fault because if JY says something on her panel, she's innocent. Just pointing it out. What did Siwa ever do to her? And again, PMR is referring to Brooke. The other person in our group chat says they're both so triggered and you can tell scared. They finally got their karma. Legally what, Brooke? PMR says, bring the legal bitch. It's a waste of money. Wave to your probation officer. And here is a Reddit post that PMR made. What's going on with Brooke today? All I'm going to say is that this is a reference to Brooke's probation officer, and Brooke would know that. Here's another example. Daddy's disappointment says, so is everyone changing their name to Geneva in Brooke's chat? PMR says, that would be funny, but I'm sitting this one out and watching. She wants a reaction. Plus her probation officer is watching. And I said, that would be funny. Even if I wasn't blocked, I won't be commenting in her stupid chat. And this is a text message directly just between me and PMR. It was not in the group chat. And it's about Real. And I really don't want to talk about Real. I'm only bringing this up to show her involvement in this. Other than that, I'm not going to bring them up, but I just want people
I'm sorry, but what does Real have to do with PMR? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Did she show something?
She showed a screenshot of something. I can't read it, but I think I don't know if she's going to read it.
Okay.
We'll keep going.
Said, I feel bad for Siwa. Brooke and Momo are being vile to her. PMR says, Siwa will bounce back. Here is where I gave her Real's legal name. And she said, I shall start digging and contact.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you see how?
Wait, what?
This looks bad on her.
Daddy, you didn't know about this, did you?
None of this. My friend PMR doesn't even know how to find a link to YouTube. Oftentimes she's asked me, can you give me a link? Because she can't find anything.
That's
There's
true.
no way she's, and she wasn't even invested in Real. We didn't care. We didn't know anything of him, you know? So I don't know what Jenny was trying to prove here, but thanks, but still somehow we're the villains in this story with everybody who is just, I don't know, but thank you for playing this, George.
Do you want me to fast forward the real stuff just out of respect?
Yeah. He's no longer here. Yes.
Knew each other. So these are, just kind of my little examples that I picked out. So this is kind of where I start really getting into it. And I think the best way that I can kind of categorize this or break this down is I'm going to use as a guide this post on Brooke's community tab. She posted this on April 7th, 2024. And within this post, there is a manifesto, basically, for lack of a better word, that PMR wrote. And that's kind of what I'm going to use to break this down into pieces, sort of step by step. Let's read Brooke's post. It says, Jenny, you are truly sick. Do you really think you can get away with all the crap you do? I mean, the texts you're sending to Daddy's disappointment are truly vile. Threats and disgusting comments, and this is after you stalked PMR and they sent out a nationwide bolo for your psychotic self. Geneva, what is wrong with you?
And let me say,
That bolo is true.
it is very much true. And also, I also received spoof text messages, threats, and all kinds of stuff when Jenny was digging in on me because of Jules and Maria. So I have those, and if anybody needs to see them, I will post those as well.
If Amber is still in the chat, my ball just bust. My needle ball. It just squirted all over me. Okay, go ahead.
What was you saying, Daddy?
I was going to say, I first started getting my spoof text when I was on panel with Jolene, when Geneva was trying to blame Jolene for being the Cottage Boys account to John Yates and trying to, bait John Yates into going after Jolene. So Jolene went live, had me on live, and started outing all of their text messages. And then I played Geneva, and Jolene would be like, well, why did you send me this? Why did you send me this? Why? And this was in December or something, like, I don't remember. It was just so she was trying to do this to Jolene. And then when I was on panel, she would be spoof texting me, get off panel or I'm telling John everything. And those are when the spoof text started, was when I was on panel, and then I would get them in on godly hours, or if I was on call and I had to have my phone on, she would just relentlessly call me all the time, and I'd answer the phone, and then she would do something with her voice, but one day she didn't do it right and I caught her voice, but somehow I was the crazy one when I was like, this is Jenny. I know it's Jenny. I heard her voice. But yeah, so that's when it started with me. Ironically, who would defend Geneva while she's getting roasted by Jolene on panel and I'm sitting there?
And do you think Jolene would be proud of me and all the progress I made?
I think Jolene would be so proud of you and all the progress you made. She might be disappointed in me that I got this involved, but I think she would be so proud of you.
Mm-hmm. Because she always thought I was like some little pet for Jules and all that. And you see, Jolene.
Oh, I already know what she thinks about me.
I hope I'm making you proud, Jolene.
I don't think she knows. I don't think she pays attention to this sector anymore. But I think she would be proud of you.
Your behavior on my channel. Until then, take a look at PMR's comment. She left highlighting all of your dirty deeds. And here is the beginning of this manifesto. PMR says, well, after last night's diatribe of spoof text, I have a few things to say to Miss Jenny. Jenny, get over yourself. I got the retraction I asked for. Sadly, it took a year to receive. Thank you, Jenny, for at least acknowledging it wasn't me who posted Brooke's kid. However, with recent events, I feel the need to address a few things. Let's kind of talk about these texts for a second. I did not send these texts. I didn't even know about these texts. I have a suspicion on who sent them, but we'll get into that later. My first inkling of these texts was on a community post of Brooke's. Probably, I don't know how long before this, but before this, she had posted a screenshot of the texts that Daddy's disappointment was getting. And that was sort of like the first clue to me that something was going on. I kind of just shrugged it off at the time and ignored it because I really didn't care. And really didn't pay much attention to it. And then Brooke did this live and made this comment here, which is when I became a little bit more.
By the way, let me preface this by saying that for months, Daddy's been getting these spoof calls, and it's every time Geneva's feet get held to the fire. Every time she gets called out by me or anybody else, Daddy starts getting these really weird, I know what you did last summer, or scream or whatever, text messages. They're weird as fuck. Like, I'm talking to your family. Today it was, I'm talking to your kids. They hate you. Your mom that hates you. So, by the way, let me preface this by saying.
So PMR was talking to her.
So that was interesting.
I'm confused on that part. Who was talking to whose family?
Geneva was sending spoof texts saying, I'm talking to your family.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, talking to my daughter. Apparently, there was a third child I had that my parents were raising.
What?
Everybody hates me. Yeah, these were like random crazy text messages. And, you know, one of them was I should have just aborted my children because I never raised them.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
I was a single mother that raised my children since they were 2 and 3. I worked multiple jobs and did what I had to do to provide for them because I wasn't getting help financially from their dad. I was very much in my children's life. I was also very lucky because my parents lived close by. And so they were able to help me so I could raise my kids and work these 2 jobs. And they were very active grandparents. But once my kids hit 13, my parents took over lived their own lives, and they moved around, and, you know, they're doing what they're doing. So it takes a village to raise kids, but I was very fundamental and up front and center with the raising of my children since they were 2 and 3, and now they are 23 and 24.
Yep.
And I mean, that's what most families do. They help each other.
George, okay, we already know how your family helped you, okay? You're mentally ill and your family bought you a house, okay?
But yet they all leave me with their children. That's the
yes.
Yeah, like,
nephew.
like I wish I could bring him on. Like, I'm telling you, you guys would fall in love with that kid. He is so.
I heard him that day when you went to get him. I was like, he sounds so cute. Oh my God. So that's the child that you were taking to school. But let me stop.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like, I have always helped put my nieces and nephews on the bus and get them off the bus. Like, there would be times where they would call like, hey, can you take so-and-so to the doctor? I didn't really want to, but I did it. They're my nephews and my niece. So yeah.
But you're mentally ill and they trust you with their kids. Damn, I'm so happy for your family.
Was not that close. I mean, I shouldn't say I wasn't as close to Daddy's disappointment as I was to PMR. I certainly didn't know anything about her family, or let alone her mother, her kids. I never really pried into it. And as far as PMR goes, you know, I knew some stuff about her family. Granted, you know, this was 2.5 years ago. I certainly don't know where her kids go to school. I don't know where her husband works. I don't know any of these details.
And that's a lie. That is a lie.
That is a lie. And she also called CPS on PMR's kids. And when CPS showed up, they realized her kids are over 18.
And she did reach out to their dorms. And KK, are you listening? CPS. This is the 3rd time her name has been involved with CPS.
I have no idea what her life is like today. Like I said, it's been 2.5 years.
Can I just say this, George, real quick? I know that's the truth because PMR's daughters were there when she was telling me that, and they were laughing and told me what happened when the CPS worker showed up.
Yeah. And then there was somebody in PMR's family that had a baby, and the baby, Jenny is obsessed because the baby is black or something like that. And She was digging even harder to figure it out. Like,
I don't know if I knew where her kids went to school. I may have, but I certainly don't know anything about their dorms. I mean, it's ridiculous to sit there and say that I sent these texts 2.5 years later and knowing all of this detail, which I wouldn't know, particularly when I don't know this information. I didn't know this information. You know, PMR had a tendency to put out a lot of personal information, particularly in various IG group chats. So I'm definitely not the only one who knew information about her. I mean, she would post.
did you catch that? Did you catch that? Remember, it was told Jenny sits back and watches. When you start putting your personal information out, she's collecting it all
Yep,
to
I
figure
got
out who you are. Did she not just confirm that there?
Yep. This doesn't help you, Jenny, because we already heard your admissions on Brooke, but even listening to this as a first-time listener, I'm like, how do you think this is helping you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like I said, the ones that are sitting in those groups with her now currently, don't think it's not going to be you.
Things in there like her lab orders, the requisitions and details about that. So no, I'm not the only one who knew things about either one of them. So again, that's just a really ridiculous excuse. She continues to say, why, when I let this be known, I am done with this battle, you decide to use a spoof number to talk shit and threaten my family again. I brought a third-party mediator into the picture to discuss this privately. And you refused to discuss this privately. So here we are.
Can you pause?
Third-party mediator.
Do you know who that third party mediator? It sounds like she's about to say, but do you know who that third party mediator is
No.
or going to be?
Uh-uh.
It was the fourth person in that group text. The one that was working with Genevra and gave Genevra all the information PMR was sending. Was
The
the
one that
fourth
drove by
person.
Mod 148's house.
Yeah, the one, yeah.
Oh. Wow. So you hear that CC truck? Did you drive past Jen's house for Genevra? Because y'all was all good at the time. Just asking.
Is the fourth person that was in that group chat that I brought up earlier. And her stipulation for having a conversation, a mediation, if you will, was that she would do it between myself and PMR, just the two of us. PMR insisted on having Daddy's disappointment there. And the mediator person basically said, no, I'm not going to do it with all three of you because I know you're going to dogpile on Genevra and I'm not going to put up with that.
Can you pause?
Have the conversation with you.
That is not true. Genevra was the one that ran and hid. And yes, I did want to be a part of that conversation. Number one, it did involve me. And number two, PMR is scatterbrained. She can never get her thoughts together. And I have the timeline more together where if Genevra's lying about something, PMR might take a minute or 2 minutes and try to figure it out where I'm like, well, no, that's not really exactly what happened because X, Y, and Z. I knew more of the details of the timeline because that's just how my brain worked. But yes, I wanted to be in there. It wasn't to defend PMR, but it was to help keep things together. I never attacked Genevra regardless of everything else. But yeah, so it's true. Yeah, I did want to be in that phone conversation. Why wouldn't I want to be there with my friend to help guide my friend through this or even ask my own questions on my own experience?
Mm-hmm. And Genevra is also the one that gave Ghost to Shadows my information. Genevra. And when that plumber came to my house, don't think you were not involved in that because you were. So was Jules. So was Momo.
And Genevra, not Daddy's disappointment. And that wasn't good enough for PMR. She refused to do that. So basically, she's the one who refused to have the private conversation, not me. I was willing to do it.
Question.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Question for the panel, question for the chat. If you were going to have a conversation, a mediating conversation, and you don't want one person to get dogpiled, well, the two girls, the mediator and Genevra are clearly in cahoots and having our friends. So this means PMR is going to get dogpiled. We can't just do 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening here is Genevra's running. She's running from accountability. Just like you, Maria, running from accountability. I'm going to get those digs in every single time.
Mhm.
She's running from accountability.
They start these wars and then they run. And then they're famous. Oh, a spoof text told me. Oh, a Reddit account told me. So
There was a time where Seawood did a live about PMR and I commented and said, hey, if you want to talk about us, why don't you just give us a platform where we can at least have the discussion and defend ourselves? And Seawood replied and said, if you'd like to come on my panel, we can do this. But then a couple hours later, when I was in that chat, I was blocked and Seawood said, no, it's clear you just want to pounce on Geneva. So I'm not going to do that because Geneva has cancer and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you all can have these conversations, and lots of conversations were had by PMR and I, but we never clicked a link. We never told her. This is still like, again, this is the first time I'm talking about any of this publicly. But, you know, here people were dragging us and I was like, then give us a link. But Geneva would make sure that that never happened because she didn't want to be outed.
mhm.
I'm sure that Seawood regrets that now.
I'm sure. And I hate that, but that's ultimately, you know,
It's the responsibility of being a content creator. It's just the responsibility of Maria when she posted that obituary photo that from your dad's obituary. It's the responsibility that falls on the content creator. You can't claim ignorance. Okay, ask the person who sent it to you in your inbox, where did you get this? Or when it's, you know, you're a content creator and someone's telling you another story, you should be open to letting the other person speak. I mean, that's where YouTube gets toxic, when it's only one side, it's the echo chamber, it's the vacuum. And, you know, so a lot of conversations were had about me being this free Clint account, but I was never able to defend myself.
mhm. And Jules does that too. When people used to leave Jules's chat, she would drag the fuck out of them, and they never had an opportunity or a space to defend themselves. But the times have changed. Now look at all these new creators that have come along that are allowing people. Oh, she did that to you. Well, here's the link. Defend yourself. You know what I mean?
Right. Maria will only have the conversation she knows she has the upper hand in.
Mhm.
And so every time I see her in a chat where she doesn't have the upper hand, you better believe I'm taking those jabs and calling her out.
Mhm. And
I know you see it.
Maria still has yet to call out Lisa Marie for her ICE comments, but look at what she did to Brooke. Look at what they did to Brooke.
But just between the two of us. And she refused. So there's that. This community post that Brooke posted on her community tab on April 7th, 2024. I'm gonna go ahead and read this. It says, Jenny, you are truly sick. Do you really think you can get away with all of the crap you do? I mean, the texts you're sending to Daddy's disappointment are truly vile. Threats and disgusting comments. And this is after you stalked PMR and they sent out a nationwide bolo for your psychotic self. We're gonna get into that bolo later. Geneva, what is wrong with you? We will be discussing your behavior on my channel. Until then, take a look at PMR's comment she left highlighting all of your dirty deeds. Brooke really loves to harass people. She really gets off on it. Attached to this community post was a manifesto. That's the only thing I can think of to call it, that PMR wrote. And that manifesto is what we're going to use as sort of our guide to break this down piece by piece. I'm going to show information based on what she's talking about, kind of give some backstory. And with that, we're going to dive in. So here's the beginning of the manifesto. And it says, well, after last night's diatribe of spoof text, I have a few things to say to Miss Jenny. Notice
how Jules calls Miss Mickey Miss Manifesto.
Get over yourself. I got the retraction I asked for. Sadly, it took a year to receive. Thank you, Jenny, for at least acknowledging it wasn't me who posted Brooke's kid. However, with more recent events, I feel the need to address a few things. Why, when I let it be known that I'm done with this battle, you decide to use a spoof number to talk shiz and threaten my family again? Didn't threaten them a first time, let alone a second time. I brought a third-party mediator into the picture and you refused to discuss this privately, so here we are. Just a brief mention of this mediator. The mediator was the fourth person that was in that group chat that we discussed earlier. And her stipulation for mediating a conversation between PMR and I was that it would be just me and PMR, not Daddy's disappointment. She did not want any part of having a conversation with the three of us because she knew that they were just going to dogpile on me and she didn't want to be a part of that. So PMR refused. She had to have Daddy's disappointment there. So the conversation never happened. I was more than willing to have a conversation with her, but she refused unless it was both of them. So the mediator didn't want to do that. I wasn't going to do that. So that was basically her refusing, not me. And a quick note also about these spoof texts. I had no idea anything about them. I most certainly did not send them. I've had a few people say to me recently, well, if you didn't send them, how did you know they existed? Well, this is how I knew they existed. First, Brooke had posted screenshots of these alleged text threats that Daddy's disappointment was getting on her community tab. And I don't remember exactly when that was. I know it was before this. And that was sort of my first inkling that there were even text messages out there. And then Brooke did she did a live stream on her channel on March 30th, 2024. And this is what she had to say. So, by the way, let me preface this by saying that for months, Daddy's been getting these spoof calls, and it's every time Genevra's feet get held to the fire. Every time she gets called out by me or anybody else, Daddy starts getting these really weird, I know what you did last summer, or Scream or whatever, text messages. They're weird as fuck. Like, I'm talking to your family. Today it was, I'm talking to.
Daddy, have you gotten any spoof texts since she's been on a panel? Oh, have you gotten any spoof texts?
As of today, we're not in Jenny's hours. I haven't checked Maria's community tab because right now Maria is Jenny's vessel, Cooch. But thank you for asking. Is this repeating itself, or am I having like a deja vu episode? Because I feel like we just heard this.
It just all sounds the same with her.
Oh, really? This isn't like you didn't accidentally rewind. This is her just repeating herself?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. I thought you accidentally rewound. No, she's just really that boring twice. Okay.
Kids, they hate you, your mom that hates you. So, by the way, let me preface this by saying that for months. So that was how I really became aware of them, including what was supposedly in these messages. And this is how I became aware that I was being accused of sending messages. And
Can you pause?
it's just.
I would like to say that online I don't go by my government name. I don't know how many people know my government name. I don't even think you two know my government name. The only way my phone number could be found or my information could be found was through my Apple ID. And the only person who had my phone number that wasn't PMR, and the fourth person who's never had an interaction with me outside of that group chat, is Genevra. So who would have my phone number? My government name is not accessible. I don't go by my government name. And Genevra was the only fourth person with the motive to send me these spoof text messages.
Yep. And I just got your phone number, but a year and a half ago when we
went to dinner and when we met publicly and we got to touch and you got to see my obese self, according to Maria.
Yeah. You were far from obese, Jessica Rabbit.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't hard to figure out where these spoofs were coming from because nobody has that much interest in me. I'm sorry, I'm just not that great. I know I am to you, Maria. I know I am to you, Genevra, but nobody's that invested in me to look up my phone number. And you can find my information by looking up by my phone number. So that's how you find my government name. And duh.
Daddy, I still don't know. I don't even know your last name. Isn't that sad?
I mean, not really. I still can't remember PMR. I can't remember. I've been friends with PMR since before COVID, and I still can't remember which girl is which half the time when she's talking to me about them. I'm like, wait, which one is engaged?
Oh, I'm better than you then, because I know.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
I mean, I have met the girls. I have been in their house. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even have words for how ridiculous that is. But that is how I knew they were text messages and what some of the context of those messages were. Okay, so continuing on with the manifesto. PLR says, let's remember it was you who tried to get AT2 to file charges against John for laying child crimes on him. Your goal was to have John prosecuted. You're lucky I have not done the same so far. You can't prosecute somebody who has not done anything illegal, but I digress. Last night you said you plan to contact my children at their colleges and know where their dorms are. I don't know what colleges they go to or if they live in dorms or not. Ma'am, you know no boundaries, yet go after Muzz for the same shit you say and are guilty of. No, Muzz is guilty of far more. You said you plan to contact my work again. Okay, did not contact her work before or after this, as well as my spouse's employee.
Yes, she did.
I have no clue where her husband works. How did that work out for you last time? Remember, a bolo was sent nation.
And remember when Maria put out that video where she's like, I was sent a screen record of people's information, and it has their jobs, their husband's jobs, their businesses, and blah, 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 your kids and your kids' schools. Where'd you think that came from?
All of our offices with your face on it, and your IP was traced to your form of payment. Okay, so now she's implying that somebody was getting into my financial records and tracing IP addresses from that. That's illegal, but okay.
You're on food stamps. The fuck?
Sure. You lied and said you had me served. I'm still waiting for service to see what you filed. You lied and said you had a dearly departed CC served too. This never happened. You, Ginny, admittedly posted said dearly departed CC son on Reddit. Why?
She's talking about Mims.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not going to get into the legalities of my relationship with this dearly departed person. That's just nobody's business, and I'm not going to go there. And what I did do, which was what she is referring to here, is that I had posted on Reddit a screenshot of Mims's son, like her 30-year-old son. It was like a screenshot, I think, of his Facebook profile. And the only reason why I posted it is because Mims was dragging Siwa's son for working on an oil field. Like, she was dragging him for that. And so
Can you pause?
Her son's Facebook profile.
That's the wrong timeline. That wasn't it. Mims wasn't, no. What was happening was this happened around the time that Mims outed Genevra for everything. And then this is when I realized when Amber hit panel, I don't know if Amber's still in chat and how this whole thing fell out because of her. When Amber hit panel and read all of her text messages from Genevra. It had nothing to do with Siwa. It had nothing to do with Siwa's son. Mims figured out something about Genevra that we didn't know about, and basically started with Genevra. PMR, who wasn't even friends with Genevra at this time, I had reached out to PMR and said, can you just ask Mims to back off? And PMR was like, yes, I can. So PMR, who wasn't even friends with Genevra at this time, reached out to Mims and said, hey, can you back off for me? And Mims did it. But what happened the next day? Genevra had to poke her again. So she poked Mims and Mims started right back. So once there was calm, Genevra just couldn't let a sleeping dog lie. And she just brought it back on herself. And we said, listen, we tried, hands off.
Wow. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. This is crazy. Wow. Okay, hold on.
So when I saw her son's Facebook profile, it shows that he also worked in the oil fields. So I just saw that hypocrisy and immediately it was like, oh, I'm going to post this. Like, just the hypocrisy of it. And then, a little while later, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have posted that. Like, that was dumb. I didn't think that one through. And, I regretted it. I shouldn't have done it. I did apologize to the person that needed, or that was owed the apology. And things were fine from there. It was just one stupid thing I should not have done.
She has remorse because she got caught.
What was the reason you'd go after an innocent person because you had a beef with his mother? You contacted John's best friend while she was in the hospital and ran to chat saying he was lying and that she was angry with him. I did text her. I texted his friend Reagan. Again, way over the line. I shouldn't have done that. The fan club community was like, where is he hiding out? Like, he's not at home. He's hiding out somewhere. What's he doing? And, that was John's excuse, was that he was going to see his friend. So it was like, okay, let's confirm this. And so I did reach out to her via text. And she was in the hospital. She didn't remember John being there.
Heidi and Daddy, check your DMs.
And John has the whole conversation. I have since given him the whole entire conversation. He actually believed that the conversation I was having was
Check
with
your DMs.
Okay.
somebody else because of his friend's condition at the time that text exchange took place. So, there's something questionable about that, but he's seen the whole conversation. He knows what was said, what was done. He's aware of it. He knows that I regret it. I apologize. And we're moving forward from that. So you said he went to visit her to evade the landlord. That was a theory, and that theory actually came from Yahoo Boy, not me. You kept the rumors going of his eviction. I actually did, and I was not the one contacting his landlord. That would be there were 2 other people that were doing that, if I am not mistaken, maybe more. I was not one of them, so I wasn't keeping rumors going of his eviction.
You did.
Okay, you orchestrated the drive-by of Mod 148's home and FaceTime party to find John and laughed at the condition of her home. Then you lied to her about it. You only admitted her the truth later because I said I was going to share the truth. I did not orchestrate that. I did not orchestrate any FaceTime party. That is not how it went down at all. Yeah, you sound kind of stupid there. This is how it went down. This is where we're talking about Brooke doing something. A story of 2 people talking about 2 separate people. I don't know what they're doing. Okay. So this H would be Daddy's disappointment. This is the person in the group chat that I'm not going to, whose information is not getting out there. She says, if you need a distraction, we can do a video call while I do a drive-by of Hag 666. Daddy's disappointment says, bring eggs. I said, yes, he's somewhere. And I said, yes. And I said, he's somewhere with cats, but this one isn't Siamese. And I don't know, I guess he was doing a IG live or something. Okay, ladies, I'm gonna go for a little ride in a few minutes. I need to run out to the store anyway. Can I FaceTime with 3 or 4 people? I've had Android phones until I finally switched with my latest phone. PMR says, yes, you can. Just hit the camera at the top. And then she says, okay, I'll call as soon as I'm done running into 7-Eleven. PMR says, I can't wait. And then there was the call. There was a picture here that was shared. And Daddy's disappointment says, just the picture alone gives me Michael Myers vibes. Like at any moment, Julie could pop out with a knife. Oh my God, her license plate says blank, blank. So that to me doesn't sound like I orchestrated anything. Yeah, I was a part of it. And I've apologized to Julie for that. I completely understand why she feels, violated by that.
Can you pause?
And again, I reassure her that there was no.
It doesn't sound like I was on that FaceTime either, by the way she's describing it, but yet that's the narrative she likes to run with. I saw a picture. I've always maintained that one too.
Point for Daddy. What up, Amanda? How are you?
Hey, Amanda, you're my new bestie.
Out here doing the Lord's work.
Stupid, but you can tell from these messages, I'm not the one who orchestrated it. Like, it wasn't like I was some mastermind behind this whole plot. Like, PMR was just as into it and just as responsible for it as I was. Okay. You doxed the judge and wanted to take Natalie down for giving John money. You contacted the judge's office to tattle on Natalie. Your goal was to cut off your new friend's financial support to cause him further hurt. Let's start there. I never contacted a judge's office.
Ooh, stop. Didn't she admit to do? Okay. I'm sorry. This is before. Okay. This is before. Okay. I keep forgetting. Okay.
You don't know who she's getting ready to talk about, do you?
She's talking about
Yeah.
Candor. Yeah. Everybody knows her as Natalie. I know her as Candor. I know her as another name too. But yeah, I know who she's talking about. I used to talk to her all the time, way before she even knew about JY, because I met her online in Dom Natty's chat. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely ridiculous. I also was not the one that was doxing him. That was PMR. So she says,
wait a minute, PMR doxed who?
As a
PMR doxed nobody. Nobody.
That's what I'm asking. Who did she dox?
She thought that PMR, she's trying to put the judge getting doxed that she did on PMR. PMR didn't do.
I'm sorry. Somebody went into Jen's chat and doxed Candor, Kathy, Natalie's husband. And it was said that it was Jules that did it. I don't know how true it was, but yes. And then Yahoo Boy had put all of her information on Twitter. And that was, yeah, I remember all of that. Okay, go ahead.
If anybody is getting any weird spoof text, I'm sure they're going to start coming through. Do let us know. And if you want us to share them, let us know. This was about a year ago. Geneva admitted, I lost a whole spoof thread with George when they banned the account. I only have that one screenshot. Someone says, wait, what? She says, for some reason, the app took down the account for violating terms of service and I lost access. What were you doing, bitch, to violate terms of service? You may not have that, Geneva, but I have it. And that is the one where
that can be used for the judge as well, George.
Yes. And that is the one where she was threatening me, sending me knives, threatening to kill me. No, the spoof app, the number I was using to spoof George, that's weird. What is even more weird is that I set up a new one and that one was taken down too. And I hadn't even spoofed him from it yet. Time to find a new app. Captain Howdy responded to my DM. I sent the pepper pic. You're confirming all that, Geneva. And I appreciate
this is sick.
Yeah, she's sick. I'm just putting things together on her. I have everything where she admitted to, she's the one who got my dad's obituary and was sending that out. She sent it to Maria. Maria was posting it online. I have all of that. It's all pointing back to you, Geneva, and you too, Jules, because you are the one who gave her the information for her to do all this. And then you had Susie Q involved in on it too. And then remember how they blamed me for Snert leaving? Snert left because Jules was picking Geneva and Susie over them.
Yeah, I remember when Snert came in the chat and she was talking, typing in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this is Snert and them. I don't want to know any of this shit. I'm not involved in this shit, and I don't want to know anything about anything. Geneva says, okay, sorry. I'm sorry everyone is getting caught up in shit. It was never my intention. There you go, Geneva. You're taking accountability for what you've done to me. This is all fucked up shit, and there really isn't much I can do about it. At this point, the cat was out the bag. So, yeah, I was lighting them all up. And then you had Maria and Jules lying. Oh, he can't connect the dots. No. That's why I'm saying they're all in this together. Jules cannot leave Maria because she's going to be scared Maria will tell. Maria cannot leave Jules because she's scared they're going to tell. They cannot leave Geneva because they're all scared they're going to tell, and I'm going to come after them legally. And I am. I'm going to. I'm waiting on y'all to slip up, and it's coming. And like I
I was gonna say, look at Maria out here trying to connect the dots like she's fucking Pee Wee Herman and shit.
Yep. And like I said, does this comment make sense to you guys? It is not one of the realest things. Geneva is friends with Jules. Geneva is friends with Maria. Anyone thinks Jules and Maria really had a falling out? Y'all are crazy. This has gotten too dark.
To be honest, I don't really care, but I see your point. Okay.
You see? This has gotten too dark. No, Jules. KK didn't make this dark. You did, you dumb bitch.
That's one thing I can take care of. This is PMR saying this. This here was a Twitter account, and I said, meet Natalie. PMR says, I'm currently digging into her hubby, so I'll refer to her as Kathy A. And then here's where she actually set up a YouTube sub account. Judge Kathy A. This is PMR. She
Wait a
says
minute.
time.
So the screenshots that Geneva is sending, it doesn't say it's from PMR. It says it's from you. You idiot.
Hey. You stole another woman's identity to pass as your own on YouTube. You can try to make excuses for it, but it was you who changed your profile picture of an innocent woman and claimed her profession as your own. Okay, well, first of all, my profession, I claimed my profession long before this whole identity thing came out. What had happened is somebody had decided to make an account, like a YouTube account, doxing me. And what was that?
The state of California says they have no evidence of her being a nurse. None with that name. So has the state of Oregon. Just throw that out there. You're still lying, Jenny. You're not a nurse.
No, it goes back and forth. Muzz says Napa did it. Napa says Muzz did it. Don't know which one of them did it. I kind of, when I look at this, think it's probably.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you pause that for a minute?
You can hear that.
Okay, you're speaking about a nurse. Okay, so they keep trying to say stuff about Brooke and what she does for her profession, Mod 148 being in the medical field, but then you have Geneva who sat on Brooke's panel and who admitted to all of this stuff. Why aren't they saying, oh, with your job, this because she's not a nurse? That's been proven.
Oof. Yeah, good point.
But that's what I'm saying. But you always want to go, oh, and that profession. But you have this woman that has admitted to all kinds of things, but no one goes, oh, she's a nurse and she's doing that. Come on, guys. Let's stop.
And she's not a mandated reporter. So, Geneva, it sounds like to me you're committing more of a crime than you actually think you're doing. And if somebody could get the number for the FBI and put it in the chat, please do so. She needs to be.
What do you want the number for the FBI for?
Because Geneva needs to be reported. Like, this is just ridiculous what she's doing to people.
I would think after that court case that she really wouldn't be doing anything else because other people will do the same. They would take her to court. Yeah. Why is she acting like this still?
And you don't have to chase her around. You don't have to pay for process servers for her because you just send it to the probation. Just send it to the judge. That's where she's being monitored at.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And
Canadian link to something. Oh, right here, maybe? Something in here, there was a Canadian link to something. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. But either.
And it just takes one police report. She's on probation. She is in the hot seat. And with this coming, like with me playing all this, and then I'm going to get into that Brooks Live tomorrow. Geneva, you admitted to a lot of stuff. And you're still filing false police reports on me. Like, you made a false police report on me. Do you understand how much trouble you're going to get into that? And then you lied and said I went to your parents' gravesite?
One of those two decided to do this. And, Muzz was the one who brought it to me, panicking, thinking I had been doxxed. And I laughed and said, that's not me. That picture is not me. And she was like, oh my God, that's not your name, or that's not your picture. And I'm like, no. And I started laughing. And so as a joke, I put that picture as my profile picture just because of how stupid those people were. I did it for like a day. It wasn't even like I left it there for a long period of time. It was like a day. And I just did it to be a smart ass. That was the only reason why I did it. And then let it go, and then I changed it back and let it go. I certainly did not steal this woman's identity. And when that accusation got thrown out at some point, I literally had to contact this lady and tell her, like, you might hear somebody say that I'm stealing your identity. I am not. We just so happen to have the same name. We live in the same city and we kind of work in the same field. That's all that is. And she was like, okay, like, no problem. She was very understanding about it. But that narrative was the stupidest narrative I've ever heard. Like, somebody was doxing me. They really thought they were doxing me by using that picture. They really thought that was me. And it's not me. So they screwed up in their own doxing. And because they screwed up in their own doxing, suddenly I'm impersonating somebody? Yeah, sure can. So here's the rest of it. You spread the rumor that John was part of an active investigation by Seaside Heights Police. How you provided info and have Officer Hershey's cell phone number. You said Seaside Heights Police won't interfere because they're recording and documenting all of his legal activity. Illegal.
Wait a minute, George, hold on a second. What is Titter Tatter saying? Did you see that?
Yeah, remember when, Geneva had called the police on Terry, Lynn, Mims, and Amber. And I read the report online before.
I missed that part. Okay, go ahead.
I'll read it again today.
Okay.
And the cop basically told her there's not much that he can do. They're not doing anything to violate anything, but you can get offline yourself.
Okay.
So he told her, stop watching them.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember now. Okay.
So then,
like, what? Okay.
So when the cop was like, so the cop also said, well, I'll give them a call and let them know to stop it too. Da-da-da-da-da. So he did that. He calls Geneva back and Geneva's like, oh, I heard what you said. And the cop is like, well, how did you know what I said if you're not watching them?
And Cody would be going to be arrested. You rejoiced when the electronics were taken. You found it humorous and spread it around like wildfire. No, I really didn't spread that around like wildfire. I had very little to do with it. In fact, I believe that if anybody spread it around, it would be you, because you got your Reddit account banned for posting this letter about the investigation. I didn't post this letter, you did. And
okay, so
got your Reddit
Maria
account
said,
banned.
Ogre, delete the post tagging my daughter or mine are coming back up in about an hour. You seem a little worried.
So
somebody's posting somebody's daughter?
Maria's claiming that Anna's doing it. And then, let me get to, okay.
Well, let me go look at Anne's community.
sounds to me like that's a you thing and not a me thing. Like, nice try, lady. Nice try. Now that I think about it, YB, Mims, and Star did a whole live on this investigation thing, saying, and YB supposedly had the entire police report with coordinates of where his phone was pinged, every single detail of that investigation or whatever you want to call it. And Phil was up there on live, putting in the coordinates on his phone or on his computer, showing where his phone was pinged at. I mean, they did a whole live stream on this. So I don't see how I could be the one who was, spreading rumors when they were the ones doing live streams on this shit. Okay, it says you created a whole ass website with all of John's live screenshots for everyone to make videos to cancel him for a year. Yeah, I sure did. JohnNadesFanClub.com. Stored all of the meth lives there for people. I think that's part of the reason why when I left the Reddits, they weren't happy because I took all the meth lives with me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't see. Ann posted an hour ago. I don't see anything about Maria's daughter.
I wonder if she's discussing the live from earlier today that she did this morning. And that's what she's talking about, maybe? I don't know. I'm not looking at community tabs. Is that art Maria created of me still there? Because I love it.
Oh, I don't know. I was looking at Ann's community tab because I don't see Ann posted an hour ago, and it's nothing about Maria. She was just
I-
talking about an email
I
being
think
read.
maybe she could probably be referring to the live that Ann did early this morning.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to check that out after this.
You created IGs and Twitter specifically to spread the petition to cancel John. I don't really use Twitter, so that's definitely not true. I have my one IG account, which I've now since changed. And I didn't lie to John to say it was for a short period of time. It was the site being functional to everybody and not just myself was literally for about 4 months, where it had a menu, people could go in and find what they want. That was about 4 months. And the site is completely gone now. I completely took it down.
That's the one where she was snatching people's IP addresses, right?
This one's a funny one.
Yes, sorry. I was zoned out for a minute. Yes. Yeah, she was able to get IP addresses from people that clicked it.
Okay.
An eyelash filter on it to mock his cross-dressing. This one kills me. This one sent me so hard. John was live and I had a Snapchat filter going and I was putting all kinds of faces on him because they were funny. There was the eyelash one. There was one that, made his face look like he was in a fun house mirror. There was just a few different ones that I was putting on him that were funny. It had nothing to do with cross-dressing or anything. It had nothing to do with anything. It was literally just putting funny filters on him. And I'm sure if I go back and look at my screenshots, I could find other filters on him, not just the eyelash one. So it had nothing to do with.
Fit Day is 110% Jen. Jen told me that before. I gave Jen something to post. Jen posted it. And
why is Gypsy saying she's Fit Day?
Because Maria's on there trying to say that. I guess Jen made a post saying that I was Fit Day and I was lying. And Maria posted it.
Shit. Okay.
And Jen, keep playing because I have the voice recording where you said you were Fit Day. So keep playing, Jen. I'm going to put that out there just so you know.
I'm Spicoli and PMR is habanero and my heart is broken over Muggsy. Does this not sound crazy? I was Free Clint, now I'm Spicoli. It's just like, come on, Maria, you're making yourself look stupid. You say here, I don't like liars. But yet here you are.
And then it kind of shows that Jen and Maria are talking, because if I'm telling you she's Fit Day and you're saying, no, she's not Fit Day, you are, then Jen's telling you, well, I'm Fit Day, but just keep blaming him. And I have it on here where I said, and Jen, you're so fucking stupid.
Okay, I have a PSA too, if I can read this real quick, please. I just got a message from Muggsy. He says, good afternoon, darling. I just want to correct you on something. I never paid Jen any money for photos. She sent those photos you and George are talking about. I will never pay for photos, especially from Jen. What she sent other people, I don't know. So Muggsy, in reference to that, I was speaking of what Detley said last night. She allegedly sent the text saying that she had sent you a video and she wanted to send it to Detley. So, but I read that and I will stand corrected.
And me, I don't know that I ever said that. I don't know.
No, I was just talking about what was said, what was read last night on the messages that she allegedly sent to Detley.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also have the message, Jen, where I said, and you keep letting me take the blame for that Fit Day account. What a great friend you are. She said, you said I was Harry Shue. What a great friend you are. I'm not Harry Shue. Geneva is, and you know that. So, Jen, and I can't wait to really show these DMs. As soon as I get done, I'm going to put this in a short for people to read. Since you like to show DMs and all that, samesies.
What he dresses or costumes or anything. Like, that is the most asinine thing I've ever heard. I mean, come on, do better. You shared Brooke's address, Zillow link, PO number, and work information in retaliation. You were even trying to find out if her work was part of a union. Yeah, I did share.
So is that where Jules got the Zillow ad stuff from?
Link to like PMR and a couple of other people. I don't think I openly shared the PO's phone number. I did speak to the PO myself at one point when Brooke was harassing me and she was threatening me on a live stream.
Wait a minute. You know what? Am I crazy? Why are you calling this woman's parole officer for YouTube shit?
Mm-hmm. KK, you hearing this?
Wait a minute. Jen sent Dantley's peen to Maria and she posted it in a group chat? Oh, Lord, I'm done.
So no, it wasn't in retaliation. It was because she was threatening me on her live stream. So yeah, there's that.
What up, Tina?
You were even trying to find out if her work was part of a union. No, I looked up to see if Texas was a union state. I didn't look up specifically if her employer was part of a union. Just if
Texas is a union state.
For what? What do you need to know that for?
That's what I'm saying. This makes no sense. I'm serious, Geneva. This makes no sense to me.
And anyone over there aligning themselves with this nutcase, like, it's gonna be your turn soon.
Texas is definitely a union state, but what does that have to do with YouTube?
On desk duty, and your doctor friend, okay, Siwa, called and got all kinds of information about Brooke. Yes, there was a doctor that I used to work with who used to work with somebody in her hospital. And it was an informal conversation about her. And
that's a lie.
About her.
It's a fucking lie.
That's a lie.
And
I was told it was a family member of Geneva's that called Brooke's job.
Even if they called her job, they have to do a formal complaint like when they did and they called Brooke in and nothing ever was done with it. Please stop calling people's jobs. This is crazy. This is YouTube.
And Geneva's not a fucking nurse. So what doctor did you fucking work with?
Exactly.
Relayed that to me, and I relayed that to a couple of other people. You got Brooke's arrest record and sent it to her enemies when she had done nothing to you. Attack Muzz for collecting information. Well, first of all, Muzz collects information like crazy. I mean, just
see how she deflected?
The sheer amount of crap that she stockpiles on people is just mind-boggling.
Pause, please. Muzz was the scapegoat at the time because it was just easier to not like Muzz because she was still coming off of whatever controversy she was coming off of. There's been so many with Muzz that I can't even remember what happened. Muzz has always given me grace. Muzz has never done anything weird or suspicious or anything to me. So, but I always had maintained you cannot go after Geneva, or you cannot go after Muzz without holding Geneva accountable because they are two of the same.
Yep.
Yeah, but this doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you going through all of this with someone on the internet that you've never ever met?
Because she likes her head pats. When I was on panel with George and Amber C one time, Amber C described Geneva so perfectly by saying she's like that golden retriever that just wants to bring you little toys all the time. And that's exactly what it is.
I
You're right,
re-listened to
Payne.
it last night.
It was the funeral home. Payne is right. Thank you for reminding me. I wasn't following that sector, but I know she was coming off of the funeral home or whatever happened, or still had that
Calling that
attached to
lady,
her.
yeah. That's what threw me off from her. I wanted nothing else to do with her.
And it was like what they did to me was terrible. And it was a lot. It was nonstop. It was 24 hours a day. But I really am glad to have gotten the chance to know Amber. And I really do like Amber and I really do enjoy Amber. So I guess out of all that craziness, something good. And I did get closer to a lot of you guys as well.
Here's the pattern. And I love our friendship that we have, but Geneva has a pattern. She likes to have a scapegoat, whether it was me and PMR or Muzz or Amber. It's never her taking accountability. It's always Geneva's the victim and we did it and we were the bad ones. But yet here she is almost redeeming PMR and I, if not me, but it's like, this is crazy, but this is her pattern. And I always say that people on the internet already have their credit score. People already know your past is your history. So people already make their conclusions about me by how I move on these internet streets. And so when somebody says Daddy did this and Geneva did this, who are they going to believe? I think she's probably got more credit flaws than I do when it comes to these YouTube streets.
And what's sad is Jules and Maria has made excuses for this nutcase. And they allowed her into their chat with their chatters only for their information and all that to be obtained. So if you guys weren't on her list before, you guys definitely are on her updated list. So
Yeah, this isn't funny anymore.
this is sickening. And Andrea knows, I know you might be mad at me, but I still like you, girl. But I hope you're listening to what we're saying. You are going to be next. Even she turned on Ghost of Shadows, and Ghost of Shadows said, oh yeah, now Geneva is on the docket. He was trying to get her information through me, and I wouldn't give it to him. You see that, Geneva? I could have, but I didn't. I don't just willy-nilly pass people's information around.
And I actually did not get Brooke's arrest record that was obtained by either Phil or Amber. I don't remember which one. I got the arrest record from one of them. So I didn't send it to her quote unquote enemies.
She's lying. But do you see how, okay, because she admits to that on Brooke's Live, but do you see how she's saying it was given to me? KK, hint, hint.
It was sent to me by, like I said, either Amber or Whitey. But nobody has a collection like Muzz's collection. Her collection is far superior than anybody else's. Okay. You got mad at Jules and sent her mom's obituary to others to post. Why would you want to hurt her while she was grieving such a loss? Now, Jules had just doxed the crap out of me on a live stream, and I was pissed. I was upset. So, I went and found her mom's obituary and sent it to a couple of people. I didn't say to post it.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Stop for a minute. She was upset. So she went and found someone's mom's obituary and sent to a few people. Why, if you were upset, why didn't you deal with that individual?
Yep.
This is.
Have you noticed there's things that Geneva is saying in this
that mirrors what she did to you?
Or Jules does it now.
Yep.
Yep.
It's just crazy.
Yes.
I hate to use that word crazy. I really, really do. But if you're looking at this from the outside and if you're not here, somebody will be like, this shit is crazy.
And it's not even just crazy, it's criminal.
She and Muzz had a shared drive. Ooh, okay. Got it. Okay.
People, because I was mad. It was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. In hindsight, it was gross. I had no business doing that. And I do apologize, Jules. I sincerely apologize for that.
But you did it to George.
And
She's done it to me. She's done it to housewives. She done it to Jules. She's done it to
Housewives.
Mhm.
Housewives of Margaritaville?
No, housewives that
Oh, the other housewives who was supposed to be in the hospital but was cursing people out with her
Mhm.
mom. Yeah, okay, her. I remember her. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I regret any pain that that may have caused you. It wasn't cool. Okay, you sent an appropriate package to Maria's home and bragged about it to numerous people. You paid for her court records, posted them, and sent them around unsolicited.
What?
Okay, start off with this. You sent it in.
KK.
So this is true. She actually did that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, let me go ahead and touch on that. Cooch
Please
can
do.
piggyback off of this, but like the package, she apparently put a mailed a chocolate dick to Maria, and hell yeah, I offered to put in money on that, and I would do it again, Maria, because you can eat a fucking dick.
Yeah.
So am I crazy?
Remember that, Cooch? Remember, and you had the whole like dick thing, and you got dick pasta, and then I ended up winning it, and I was like, Maria can still eat a dick. Send her the pasta.
Okay, so am I crazy? Didn't Maria say she was just getting stuff? So how do we know? You know what? This is crazy. I'm just going to sit back and listen. I'm going to sit back and listen. Oh my God.
If you want this live, I will send it to you.
Them and sent them around unsolicited. Okay, start off with this. You sent an inappropriate package to Maria's home. I have heard Maria now say it never happened. I've heard her say it has happened. I've heard her say it has happened. And she ate the chocolate and that she's now friends with the person who did it.
Wait a minute. So did it happen or not?
Let her finish her story.
Okay.
Her story.
Things on this. What I want to point out here is that, well, yes, this did in fact happen. I want to clear the air on what all this entailed. Okay, here's the conversation about it. This is Daddy's disappointment. And we were talking about which one we should send. And here's the receipt of what I sent. Okay.
Oh,
And I said, done. I'm so petty. And this is when we were shopping for them. I said, or should she get this? What should the note with it say? If we were going to get that, she said, and Daddy's disappointment says, since you have no problem eating Yates, enjoy.
Oh my God.
And then Daddy's disappointment says,
Sounds like me.
I'd say, since Carlos is
What'd you say?
Sounds like something I'd say, and I'd still say it again. Eat a dick, Maria.
Yeah.
everyone but you. Oh yeah, so if I sent the dick, I'd say, since Carlos is giving it to everyone but you. That's Daddy's disappointment. And we are talking about it again. I was like, holy shit, you can get it wrapped and look at what this wrap says. It's perfect. Daddy's disappointment. I'll Venmo you right now. PMR. Ha. PMR. I'm broke after the dental work and a trip to the miniature store.
Jenny, hit me up. I'll still Venmo you for that dick.
And the dicks.
Well, remember she wanted money for that baby stuff with Lita and all that? She'll take it.
Money. I'm drunk. And then PMR says, I love drunk Heather. So yeah, that's how that went down.
Drunk Heather's a fun fucking time. If I was drunk during that, I still stand on it.
So there you go, Amanda. That's who did it. Maria owes you an apology.
Amanda, you ain't getting that apology, girl.
And I didn't send them around unsolicited. If somebody asked for them, I gave them to them. They were public record. I called the Seaside Heights police numerous times to have John 5150 because you thought it was funny. He was caught in a lie and said his attempt was fake. Now, I called once. It was not numerous times. It was once when he was on a live stream and he was wielding knives and talking about wanting to harm himself. And PMR, you of all people know how much that triggers me, and you know
But
why.
if Geneva is a real nurse, right, and she's a mandated reporter, right, why did you have to lie and give somebody else's name? Like, make that one make sense.
And it triggered me. So I called a welfare check on him, a legitimate one, not a malicious one, not one as a joke, but a legitimate one, because I was genuinely concerned he was going to harm himself.
Then you would have used your real name.
And I didn't think it was funny in the least bit. You were going to show him, weren't you? I don't know what I was going to show him. You lied about your friendship with Jolene to anyone who would listen. You're scarily obsessed with her. No, I'm not obsessed with her at all. I didn't lie about any quote unquote.
She's obsessed with Jolene and PMR.
At one point,
She
we were talking.
is. She's clearly obsessed with blonde. I'm kind of confused here.
Doing a podcast. That was kind of the gist of it. We'd be talking about our cat sometime. I mean, I didn't think we were like some besties BFF. I don't know. Like, that's ridiculous because I didn't lie about any quote unquote friendship. Certainly not obsessed with her. Definitely not obsessed with her now. I think she's definitely turned into Mean Girl and she stopped being really funny a long time ago. But hey, I hope she sees this actually, so that, she can kind of see what a creep her friend PMR is, and how much PMR was lying to her too. Anyway, you lied to a whole new group of friends saying you were in the hospital for treatment, only for them to hear your cat meowing clearly in the background over Discord. Since when do they allow your cats to visit you in the hospital? Now, I'm gonna have to clarify this one up. I was in the hospital because I had a stroke, and I still to this day have like permanent damage from that. It's not going to go away. And when I was in the hospital, it was not long after it happened. I vaguely remember what they were talking about or what they are talking about. My niece had come to stay with me because my sister wasn't here, and she had to bring her young daughter with her because she couldn't obviously leave her home alone. So her daughter was playing either, I don't know if it was an iPad or on a phone.
Okay, and let me tell you this. Her nieces, the oldest one, I believe, is like 22. The other one behind that, I don't know. But these are not kids that would be playing with iPads and cat toys. Let me just say that, Geneva. You're lying.
Switch. I don't know what she was playing on, but she was in the room playing a game, playing something on a game, and she was being loud. She kept being loud. And in that call, you could hear me like shushing her, like telling her to be quiet. Like, a couple times I had to throw something at her just to get her to be quiet, to get her attention.
Abuse.
And
call CPS.
So no, it was not a cat. It was a kid. The cats were at home. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They were just obviously looking for a reason to drag me. And I do know, Kirsten, that came from you. Few people have told me that you've said that, which is ridiculous. You should know better, especially when you were being dragged for not being a good parent, and I defended you like an idiot.
Can you pause?
And yeah.
First of all, let me say I love you more, 148. And second of all, wasn't Kirsten the account that KK had threatened or something?
That's Pippi. She was threatened.
Oh, it was you, Pippi? Okay, I don't remember. I stand corrected. I can never tell the two apart. One lives in the future and one is riding a broomstick.
Okay, Kirsten lives in a different country, and Geneva dug into Kirsten.
All the way in New Zealand?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, her name is Kirsten NZ, but are you serious?
Yeah.
That's why she lives in the future. And every time she pops into a chat, I say, how is the future?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I'm going to leave it at that because that's not my story to tell. But I feel like, Geneva, you were just throwing a threat right there at Kirsten. What up, Rainbow, with your late self?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to be back.
It's the third daughter.
Yeah, I'm going to be back. I got my son on hold for a second. So I'm going to listen, but I got to take this. Bye.
Just so disappointed in you. But moving on. That is what happened. There was no cat. It was a child. I don't care if you believe it or not. It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. It was my hospital room. Who gives a crap? Okay, let's get through. here. Okay, so they lied or cast a visit you in the hospital. You lied and told me you were in the hospital when I was at work to get my attention. I walked out of a meeting immediately and FaceTimed you. I found you in your apartment, hence my anger and the screenshot. It's unbelievable that you use your health condition to lie to get me to get an immediate response. That day, I had been in the hospital earlier that day. I believe it was a day when I had outpatient surgery.
Oh my God.
If I'm not mixing my days up, it was a day I believe when I had an outpatient surgery and I had just gotten home from that procedure when she FaceTimed me. And again, I will say it again, she screen recorded it. And you know, when you're having a private FaceTime conversation with somebody, when you're feeling like shit, you're sick, you're drugged up from a procedure, you're in pain, you know, that's when you're going to choose to screen record somebody. Like that's sick. That's violating. I mean, it would never even occur to me to do something like that. It's. Ugh.
Is she talking about PMR again?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I already explained how the picture happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now she says, we went around discussing what you think is my financial situation with others. I now believe it's why your new friend attacked me out of the blue. You know nothing. And now I feel bad for this person because they were used by you and are now struggling mentally. Her words, not mine. Yeah, I would love to know who that is because I don't think anybody's struggling mentally because of me. But sure, Jan. No, I think I know enough about your financial situation to know that you like people to think you live, you know, a much better lifestyle than you do. I'm not saying you have a bad lifestyle. I'm not saying you're broke, you're poor, but you're not as affluent as you would have people believe. You're not as connected as you would have people believe.
What? Who is she talking about?
I think that you just have
She's
this fancy brand life.
she's talking about
You don't.
PMR and Mod 148. Yes, your drive-by did come up. We did discuss it. But she's talking about PMR, but now somehow that narrative has come onto me and
Okay, I'm
with
gonna send you
Maria.
the link. I want you to hear this. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sending my son your link, George.
Okay.
That's what I tell people. So I feel like you're very materialistic and you want people to think that you have this grand life that you in reality don't have. That's what I've discussed. And I don't know who the hell this person is who claims they're struggling mentally because of me. Okay, you, my dear, are a dishonest shit show. You say you've owned everything you've done, but would you have acknowledged a quarter of it if it wasn't even laid out for anyone to see? You have zero common sense or zero self-control. You lie to cover up lies, as we have seen with you on panel with John and Siwa. I am begging you to have your DA niece contact me. It's been nearly a year since you threatened this. She's still out on FMLA. Does she not have an assistant to contact me? Okay, first of all, I am not going to involve my niece in your fuckery, PMR. At this time, when this was written, she was actually still on FMLA. There were complications that happened. And, matter of fact, the people in Discord saw my niece, saw my nephew, and saw them taking their baby home from the hospital. I shared that video with them because it was so touching. So they know she exists and they know the baby exists. They know all of that to be true. And if they're saying anything otherwise, then they're just liars. So the fact that you are their friends now, or they are your friends now, tells me that they're falling for your bullshit, just like I fell for it. And it makes me sad because I wish they wouldn't fall for your bullshit, because in the long run, they're going to get hurt. And if you keep it up, especially if you go after her family at all, my niece's family, you will be hearing from somebody in her office. Make no mistake. You will be hearing from somebody in the district attorney's office in Santa Clara County. That's not even a question. Okay, ma'am, you are the
Okay, wait a minute. So her niece, she said, is the district attorney?
Correct. And also remember, let me go ahead and bring the niece back and how she's another layer of the story. Remember when JY had made all those accusations on what is ATV, ATC, HED2, what, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
accusations. She had reached out to him. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. And had offered the services of the district attorney to help pursue criminal charges against JY. But
First of
then,
all, you don't go through the district attorney first. You go press charges. Then, if the district attorney reviews the case and they see there's something there, they will proceed. You don't go to the district attorney. Okay, Geneva, go ahead.
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daddy. Go ahead.
I mean, that's just it. She was saying, I have this niece, but now I think it was just a way to bait that particular person. I didn't hear the name.
Yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Okay. To get information, but from what I heard, that person got spooked and backed away and blocked her.
And I also have a screenshot where somebody says something about the district attorney and niece, and Geneva says something like, "Oh no, she won't help." Da, da, da. I'm gonna keep playing and look for that screenshot.
This is crazy.
Yeah, criminal.
Lovely. I'm the cancer patient in this community, but whatever. You have been allowed to fester and spread lies through all sides. You have burned everyone who's become close to you, and you attack Muzz for the same shit you do. You have run out of friends and are friends with the man who you claim to despise and work to destroy. You have hit rock bottom. These new relationships won't last because you can never behave and do not know boundaries.
Well,
okay.
That scene.
Did she say who said that? Was that me or was that PMR that said that? I can't remember.
I don't know, George. Who she said that?
Hold on. I think PMR.
Okay.
Good for PMR.
Okay.
That's my girl.
You are the biggest mistake in my life, telling someone they should have aborted their children. Never once have I told somebody they should have aborted their children. That's not something I would say. I don't believe in that. As somebody who has lost a child, I would never say that to somebody.
Oh my God.
I have it was a spoof text and I still have the text. So by all means.
When you can go directly to hell. I don't know why I put that in there. Okay. So here's
you can go directly to hell.
That I got from her, and these were on April 13th. And again, so between that video on March 30th, that clip of Brooks Live, and the posting of some of the screenshots of the spoof text that Daddy's disappointment was getting, which was probably a few days before that. So from sometime, I would say mid-March, and here we are, mid-April, that was when I became aware that these text messages even happened or existed. Like, people are saying, well, how did you know they exist? You wouldn't have known that unless you did them. Well, this is how I knew they existed. Everybody did by that point. But here, this is also how I knew they existed. PMR says, are you the one sending me these vile messages regarding my children, job, marriage, home, and more? The information they're giving are things only I told you and Daddy. You have shared my personal information with other people, stuff that is not out there. How is my number out there? It's unlisted. The messages Daddy and I has gotten are worse than what I would have gotten. The messages Daddy has gotten are worse than what I have gotten. If you have anything to do with this, I'm asking you to stop. If you know who is doing this, I need to know who. I'm sick of this. And I said, I do not have anything to do with them. I would never threaten the people or their families that I cared about. I said, I don't have anything to do with them. I would never threaten these people or their families that I cared about, ever. I saw the text Heather got that Brooke posted. And I didn't know most of that shit. I don't know anything about your jobs, kids, etc. I haven't spoken to either of you in months and have no idea what any of your lives are like today. I've been getting many of the same texts, the text threats too, as has my sister. I know you want to defend Muzz, but I guarantee you it's coming from her. She's been doing this to people for years. She has full spreadsheets on people's families. I've seen them. Why do you think I walked away from her? She's very sick. I'm not even kidding or trying to deflect. The shit I've seen is fucking gross. I'm sorry that you and Heather are getting those messages.
Just
It's
so
been
you guys know,
for almost a year.
my first name is Heather. She's talking about me. And I don't care that people know my first name. It's on my Instagram, the one that's public that I don't hide from anybody. So I don't, there's no doxing or anything of me that hasn't already been done. I'm Heather. Jenny's technically, by Maria's terms, doxing me right now by saying my first name, but it's my first name. How many Heathers are there?
They are horrific, and I don't wish that on anyone. You can choose to believe me or not, but I promise you I'm not doing it. All I can do is offer you what I think based on what I've seen. I give Muzz some screenshots of our text messages, but I don't think they had any numbers, just names. Names are all Muzz needs to get info. She digs deep. I don't know how she gets most of her information she gets, but it's just gross. And PMR says, you didn't sound apologetic on Siwa's stream today. Why on earth would you spread? I posted Brooke's kid. I was literally gone. People sent me what you said in DMs. I saw what you sent Jolene. Your community tab doesn't sound innocent or sorry at all. I never said you posted that kid. Won't comment on your cancer. Never posted or contacted your family. But I put out your words and you did mine. You took this too far. I tried resolving this behind the scenes, but you wouldn't do it. You refused, and here we are now. I'm so fucking done. It needs to all stop. And I said, no, I didn't refuse to. I said multiple times that you didn't post her kid. That has gone way too far, and I'm done also. I haven't spoken about you in DMs for over a year. I haven't been doing shit for a very long time. So yes, it does need to stop, all of it. I have no interest in any of this fuck shit. PMR says, just hours ago, you and Siwa were talking about me. I've only seen once you say I didn't post the kid. Once I did, I said I was done. And the messages started. The contact to my job, the request from sock account started. If you really wanted this to stop, you have a funny way of showing it. You said the DA has everything. I hope they will contact me sooner than later. And I said, if you wanted it to stop, you have a funny way of showing it, accusing me of anything under the sun. I don't even know where you work. I don't know where Heather works. I don't care. I talked about the post you made making all kinds of false allegations. I have a right to respond to it if I choose to do so. I'm not going to continue this conversation. I have no reason to threaten either of you, nor would I. Take it or leave it. And then she says, truth hurts, huh? Can't talk your way out of it, so you're done. Okay. So that's with it for the text messages. What I would like to play next are a couple of clips from Savage's life, just kind of showing so what happened is PMR gave Savage, I guess, the whole thread of spoof texts that she allegedly received with her responses in there. And she gave them to Savage to read on the live stream, which she did. And I don't blame Savage. I did hear your apology, Savage, and I accept it. I think if anything, you were probably used by PMR. She gave you this stuff to read. You didn't know what you were reading. You didn't know what you were saying. And, you weren't intentionally trying to be hurtful. You just ended up in the middle of a bad situation. But let's just show what these alleged text threats, and I say alleged because, if they even happened, I did not send them. There's no proof that I sent them. Saying that, there was just stuff in there that I would know, that's why they know I sent them, is bullshit, because I don't know anything about those two. I haven't spoken to them in 2 years. I know nothing. I wouldn't know where her kids go to school or where her husband works or where I didn't even know where she worked. It's just asinine. But of course, everybody took it as fact and decided to go after me for it without proof, which is, I guess, pretty typical in this community now that I think about it. But this is what I'm going to show you now, like here coming from the rest, is the aftermath of these spoof texts.
Let's read this one. You go, I go. Does your niece know you announced on JY's channel you took her kids and said they were nearly SA'd by her partner with her job, I highly doubt it. Good thing you taught me how to screen record. Oh, I'm so curious what we're talking about.
So what I want to say about that is that they are actually referring to the essay of a little girl and the fact that PMR thinks it's
Oh, wait a minute.
funny
I'm
to have that
controlling
read on a public.
Okay. Didn't she say it was a potential SA? And then you're saying it was an SA. Which one was it, Jenny? Because you're lying.
Mod 148, you were on panel. Do you recall what she said in that conversation?
Is disgusting. I thought we don't, go after families here. That was wrong to go after families. It's wrong to go after children. But you're going to put on blast a little girl's essay. Really, really cute. Like, that's disgusting, PMR. There's no excuse for that. It's disgusting. And now we are going to listen to another clip.
Maybe you can take a trip off a cliff like your mama and put the world at rest. PMR, goddamn.
And then this was the next day, or maybe a couple of days later, when Jules asked if PMR had really said that about telling me to drive off a cliff like my mom. And PMR came in the chat, said when she contacted my kids' college, dorms, neighbors, work, their partners, fans, I told her to drive off a cliff. I did. Now, I have not contacted any of these people. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know.
Okay,
They
pause.
Partners.
So PMR and I were getting these spoof texts. She calls them alleged spoof texts. I've shown them to you, and I've shown them to Heidi. She said it to whoever, which Jenny says isn't her, but we know it's her. It's not Jenny. She said it in a spoof text, that Savage then read. So why? It wasn't directly, if she wasn't involved, then it's not directly towards Genevra. I mean, would it be hurtful to hear? Okay, sure. Just like how Maria's using your father's situation as hurtful, because it hurts my heart when I have to see it. So what's the difference here? I mean, Genevra, your butt hurt because PMR said in a spoof text that, drive off a cliff when you were harassing her in the middle of the night. And Maria is saying George is coming from a crazy of families because he's had 3 tragic losses. I'm sorry, but I think we're normalizing pretty bad behavior. So you can't cry foul when I feel like George is a little worse.
Yeah.
This is. I'm speechless, but I remember when Savage read that night when she did that live. I remember that. Oh God.
I do too, but the intent wasn't for Genevra. It was for whoever the spoof text was, which we do know was Genevra.
So now she's saying that PMR told her to drive off a cliff. So that means that she was sending a spoof text, right?
Yeah. And so with the motives of the spoof text, we would obviously try to get the spoofer mad. Obviously, we would say really abhorrent things that like PMR would never say in real life. And I would hope I never say it in real life, but some people just get me out of character. But, it was funny because we would bait her with certain things and then she would go cry on Siwa's panel and say, oh, they did this and they did that. And we'd be like, well, how do you know? Because we did that in a spoof text, just like they passed out pictures of my family. No, we didn't. Genevra had spoofed me and tried to threaten my family, tried to threaten sex crimes on my child. And I said, if family's fair game, does that mean yours is too? And I sent her the spoof text pictures of her family to say, I got it too. And then the next day she went on was crying, saying she passed around pictures. No, I didn't. I sent them to the spoof text threatening sex crimes on my son. What would you guys do? What would the chat do if somebody was threatening sex crimes on your son?
Oh my God. So you were responding to a spoof text and she just outed herself.
Always. So we would bait her with information. And that was it. I've never doxed Genevra. In fact, when she got doxed on Reddit, I even came forward and said, that sucks. It does, even though she's done it to me, she shouldn't be compromised. I've tried to take it, but then what happened is another account that Maria's denying doxed my parents' phone number on that account on Reddit. But, you know, we would bait her and she would fall for it. And then she'd give herself away the next day on CWES by saying, they're doing this and they're doing that. But the only way she could out that we were doing it is to out that she had the spoof text.
Yeah. She's an idiot.
Oh, anybody at her work or their partners, families, like, I don't. She's so stupid. I didn't even know where she worked at this point. And then she said down here, I did, and I would again if she contacts my kids. Someone contacted or someone doxed my family pic work where my kid works just 2 weeks ago on Reddit. Well, okay, wasn't me. Again, I just don't do that shit. I stopped doing it. I haven't done crap to her, crap to me, but put out the crap she did when she kept blaming me for crap. That's a really lovely sentence right there. There's my story, and I will not speak on that idiot again. Well, you sure didn't stick to that one, did you? So, you know, just to really, really send home the gravity of what she's saying when she says, go drive off a cliff like your mama. Not once, but twice. Inciting me to go unalive myself by driving off a cliff. So here is the gravity of that situation. Now, I know these pictures
Give me the gravity, girl.
She shows her mama's car when the mom went over the cliff. But Geneva, you've done that to other people. You are no different. Stop sitting here trying to act like you're this goody two-shoe and you don't do nothing to people. And I'm sorry, Geneva. If people don't know much about you and you are digging through their personal life, you're digging through their family, you're doxing their family, their kids, blah, 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 and they know that your mom drove off of a cliff, I'm sorry.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry, but Geneva, to me and in my opinion, they have fair game to use.
Hold on a minute.
Yo, Dee, that's enough. Let's
Free side. Free side. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Kendrick.
Go play with Maria.
Yeah, go play with Maria. Go play with Muzz. Go play with Jenny. Go play with all of them. We don't want you here. And even though I did say I'm gonna open it up, you know, you're still here. You got through. Security. Security
is the point. This is what my mother's car looked like after she drove off a cliff. And this is what PMR wants for me. She wants this for me. And I will also point out in these, my mom did not pass away.
I can never tell if these pauses are you, George, me, or Geneva. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, this one's Geneva. I actually think this is the end of the video. Yeah, that's the end of it. But, well, that's that. I don't know what else to say to her. But, Geneva, it's going to be a long weekend for you, girlfriend, because we are going to really show who you really truly are. And like I said, anybody who's working in a group with her, you might want to think twice about that. Jules and Momo, this is y'all's good chance to get away from her.
Did her video end?
Yeah, hers ended. Yeah.
Oh my God, George!
Is this at the end of the video where she has the creepy picture that PMR took inside of her car and she sent it to the fourth person that Mod 148 knows? And yeah, remember that when there was the random picture, she did a video and like PMR had sent the other girl in the group chat a video of a car they were test driving.
Mhm.
And then the other girl sent it to Geneva, who then put it at the end of the video. And it was just so weird because it's,
Oh,
yeah.
and that's
Is
when
this the,
PMR thought that she actually had something, or she hacked her phone or something.
Yeah, in her car or something, like a camera.
Uh-huh.
I don't have that. So this one that I have, if anybody has the ending to that, please send that one to me and I will gladly get that on here.
They're asking you to play Ann's live from this morning.
I've been here for 3.5 hours, almost 4. So, and y'all know that
George,
is,
you can do this.
give me a break and I will come back and play that if somebody if somebody wants to go ahead and play that, but just give me a break and I will come back in a few hours and play
This
that.
is great. I'm going to go back and listen to this whole live again because I'm hearing this and my mouth is just wide open right now. I'm like, wait, what?
I've actually never listened to this. So listening to this in real, like listening to it for the first time is wild to me because I'm just like, wait a minute. And then she does explain what happened, but she explains a watered down version. But yeah, I've never spoken publicly on Geneva. This is my first time to catch a link.
Yep, I've never heard this, and I'm
You know,
sitting
like
there
listening to
going,
it for the first time.
Sorry.
go ahead, Daddy.
I don't have anything else to say. This is just
No,
the first time.
yeah, this is, I mean, I'm listening to this and I'm like, and I keep going back to Brooks live, and that's why I was getting confused. I'm like, wait a minute, she admitted this. And so, yeah, I was getting confused for a bit, and I got to keep telling myself this was before the admission on Brooks' panel.
Right, when she got cornered because Amber C had a lot of the evidence. And she always tried to blame Amber C for the stuff that was happening to us. And it was like, Amber C had no interest in us. She probably didn't even know who we were aside from Home Depot Gen adjacent. Like, there's no reason for Amber C to come for us to the magnitude that Geneva was. Geneva had her hurt feelings. We've never even had a conversation with Amber C. In fact, the only conversation with Amber C I've had was on George's panel.
Yeah. And I think once people actually talk, if they give Amber C the chance and they talk to her, they feel a lot better about things, right?
Yeah, because Amber C was also, she has same experience as I do. So I remember for a while we were getting gaslit into we were the problem. This was us, blah, 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 because we had aligned with Brooke and said, listen, Brooke, this was your kid. This is what we know. We can't say it was her, but blah, blah, blah. And Geneva was hiding behind a cloud of anonymity and throwing blows at Brooke as she was talking about calling her PO, possibly allegedly posting Brooke's child, doing a lot of things for Siwa because she was Siwa's goon. And then it was like, as she's doing these blanket, PMR was the one that posted your kid. And PMR was like, nope, you better correct that. But she wouldn't do it. So finally, PMR just opened the door to Brooke. And PMR asked me, like, hey, if I do this, how would you feel? I said, girl, you are my friend and I will support you no matter what because I was by your side. Because Brooke was like, how can I trust you? Well, Brooke and I had already had some sort of connection. So I was like, listen, if you get group chats and you feel like they're wrong, I was in that chat too. I can provide my version of it that's unedited. And that was all Brooke needed to hear because there was a third person. And I was like, if you need it, I got it. She never needed it, but that's how it happened.
Yep. All I know is, Amber C is when Mims needed her, she was there. She helped Mims when she had to take that long drive. And I remember Drazo wanted me to have a conversation with her. We were on the call, and I think I probably said hi to her, but that's the time when all this stuff was going on with JY and all of them. And I just didn't want to be a part of it, even though I wasn't speaking to John anymore. I still didn't want to be a part of anything. So I think I did say hi to her. And she said it was finally nice to talk to me. And I said, okay, well, you guys have a good day. And I got off the call. But I didn't want any parts of that. But I do know she was there for Mims and Mims' daughter. That I know for sure.
I mean, it goes back to two people can have different experiences with the same person as Mod 14 is discussing. Her her experience with Amber C, and you're discussing another one. They're completely opposite, but again, two
Wait, Amber
people.
C went after. Hold on. So, okay, I remember when this was going on, and was it Amber C Mod 148? Because I remember that because I was still talking to Mod and John at that time. I remember that. It was her stepson. Yep, I remember that. But I didn't know it was Amber C. I didn't know that. She contacted Denver's adopted son. Was that Amber C or was that Geneva?
I don't think that one was Amber C. And when we hold that conversation, because tomorrow we're going to get into Brooks Live, and that was discussed. So I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to remember who did that or who admitted to doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember when Mod 148 lost her stepson. I do remember that clearly and the stuff that was going on. Okay. Well, George, thank you. I haven't had any sleep. I was trying to be young again, partying all night, and my body is telling me.
Like, when they're saying play Brooke or play Ann's live, all I hear is R. Kelly is my body's telling me no.
I know. I worked all night. I got a couple hours sleep, woke up, saw you guys here, and then it was like, oh, I guess I'll click that link. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, and I got an eyebrow appointment in an hour.
Sleep. I listened to KK's live from one because I popped in last night. It was so funny. I popped in and KK was mentioning my name. It was like my radar was going. I was like, my eye was twitching, and I saw she was live. But I listened to it this morning, and I was like, what? And that's when I heard this whole Jen thing. I was like, is she serious? But yeah, so I'm going to take just a little nap. But George, this was a great live, and I really thank you for playing that because I would have never heard it.
Yeah, no problem. The link
Thank you.
If you guys
Thank you, George, for letting me click the link and finally being able to say my version of it, because I've caught a lot of licks for Geneva telling their versions to other content creators, and I haven't been able to say mine. Thank you for giving me the chance.
No problem. And I hope you guys are around tomorrow when we dig out that 5-hour live that Brooke did. We're going to have to do that in parts, probably 2 hours.
George, you can do. You got the stamina. You can do it, George. You can do it.
5 hours, yeah, right. Like that live that Geneva
just
did.
Get to the good stuff. Listen to it and play it all the way through so we can hear it.
It was all good, but look,
sorry,
4.5 hours today. Jen's live was 30 minutes, and Geneva's was 1 hour and 30. So 4 hours.
So it was a video, or was it a live she did? Was it a video that Geneva did or a live?
She did a live.
Geneva did a pre-record. That was edited. That was an edited pre-record.
Oh,
thank you, Mod 148. I had said that too, and then proved I wasn't when I asked questions about it. I did see the picture, and I've always maintained I saw a picture. But there's 148 validating I wasn't involved.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end this. I'm going to grab something to eat, and
shit! Now you make me want to go get something to eat. Okay.
I want some Taco Bell. I am hungry.
Girl, I'm so sick of you and that Taco Bell.
How many? You know what? No, I don't care. Maria put that picture of me with holding a taco, and I still want it.
How many times do you eat Taco Bell a week?
Well, always on Tuesdays because they have their taco deals on Tuesdays if you go through the app, and maybe on a Friday. Whatever. I just get 2 cheesy roll-ups and a bean burrito.
Okay, I'm thinking about this because we went out to eat. Was it a Mexican restaurant? No,
it was sushi, Asian fusion food.
It was sushi. It was good. Yeah, I was thinking no. Yeah, it wasn't Mexican. All right, sweeties. George, thank you for having me. Daddy, it was nice having you on panel.
Thank you.
And
I like coming on panel with you guys.
Look, I stayed calm too.
I know, right?
Please give me my props for this. I stayed calm. I didn't call anybody out their names. I was good.
Well, tomorrow, I hope you guys click the link as we go through Brooks, and it'll be an open panel. If anybody wants to come up, you guys are more than welcome. because there's going to be a lot of this stuff that you guys can offer the insight that I won't know. There's going to be stuff that I can offer the insight that y'all won't know. And the more people to help cover it and stretch, put it out
Well,
there.
I think Daddy would be good for that too, because I only know what I heard, but just sitting back and listening to this today just have me like, what the hell? So I'm gonna go back and listen after you end so I can take it all in.
Okay. Well, I think I'll send you that link too for the live if you want that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I will see you guys later. Have a good day.
Okay,
Bye,
everybody have a good
everybody.
day. Bye.
If I'm home by
Bye.
myself and I get a chance
Huh?
to be alone, I'll go over Ann's live.
Ooh, George, if you're home by yourself tonight, ooh, what you doing, George?
George, you know where to find me. You can spoof me. Tell me what time your live is tomorrow, and I'll see if I can make myself available.
Okay, what time works for you tomorrow? So I know you're like
Oh.
4 hours behind us. So
Oh, I don't know. I got to figure out. My boyfriend's sick right now. I'm supposed to make cookies with his nieces and
Oh my
nephews
God, can I
tomorrow.
see your boyfriend he is so handsome, and he reminds me of the guy that was in the UK that came to New York to be with the Italian lady. When I saw the picture,
Oh,
of
really?
him, I was like, oh my God, he looks
I know. I
like
definitely
yes.
upgraded. He was like my first boyfriend out of high school when I was 18, but we were kids. Nothing happened. He went to
Ooh, yep,
college.
you let
I
it
did my
marinate.
thing.
Yep, you let it marinate.
I got him when he was an adult and he got his shit together.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm leaving now. Bye, everybody. I'm going to take a nap. Bye, George. Bye.